After watching this AI chatbot landing page design masterclass, you will be a real ninja of Elementor Page Builder. You can literally design anything in Elementor, whatever you imagine. You can replicate any design from scratch. You can make any advanced website from your client's provided designs. You'll also learn how to think and design like a professional web designer. This tutorial is 100% beginner friendly. You don't need to have any coding skill or any design experience. So, if you're very new to WordPress and Elementor, this single tutorial will make you a professional web designer. Let's have a quick sneak peek at what we'll create in this video step by step from scratch. First, you will learn how to create a logo by using a free online tool. Creating the header with navigation menu. Next, we'll create this awesome banner area with a headline, button, and image slider. Then this clean client logos area, this animated heading text, and we'll craft this modern bento grid layout. After that, this animated marquee text, decent card grids with icons, clickable video button which will open the video on a nice pop-up, and we're not finished yet. I'll also show you how to design this premium looking pricing table. Underneath, we'll have this masonry image gallery. These images will also open on a lightbox slider after clicking. Then this testimonial carousel area, and of course we'll make this nicely crafted footer. Most interestingly, we'll learn how to make any website 100% responsive for mobile and tablet devices, so there wouldn't be any technical boundaries. All the hidden techniques in Elementor Flex Container, everything in details step by step. I'll even provide you with all the necessary images so you can follow along with the video step by step. Can you believe we'll be doing all of this just by using a drag and drop page builder? No prior coding or design skill is required. This tutorial is for complete beginners. Now let me introduce myself first. My name is Abir Hussain. Here in Fahad Digital, we've created thousands of websites for our clients as a team. So basically, you're learning the best methods and techniques from a real professional. I'm really excited. If you're excited like me, please give this video a big thumbs up. This is the only thing I want from you. Other than that, this video is completely free for you. Just have a look. If you like this video, then from YouTube's left bar, you can go to liked videos and find this video easily later. Alright, we will be creating our awesome landing page in 4 easy steps. First, I will show you how to get your own domain name and web hosting. I will also provide you a 78% discount link. Then, how to install WordPress. Afterwards, how to install a free theme and a free page builder. And finally, we will start creating our amazing landing page. Also, I will be adding a timestamp in the description so that you can always jump into the necessary part you need. If you already have your domain name and web hosting, you can skip part 1. And if you have installed WordPress inside of your web hosting, then you can skip part 2 as well. You can just jump into step number 3 by following the timestamp. Alright, let's now start with step number 1, which is to get your domain name and web hosting. So first of all, what is a domain name? Domain name is basically your website address, like Facebook has facebook.com, Amazon has amazon.com, we have jimfahaddigital.com. Similarly, for your website, you need an address that will be yourwebsitename.com. And what is web hosting? Web hosting is the storage space for your website. All the images, texts you will have in your website, all will be stored in your own web hosting, as you are owning your own web hosting, so there wouldn't be any limitation. You can run ads, you can upload any text or images, you can upload any theme or plugin you want. You are in charge of your own website. Now, how to get your own web hosting with a free domain name? So first, just click on the very first link in the description below this video, or you can go to jimfahaddigital.com/best host. So why Hostinger? In my opinion, Hostinger is the most affordable and also the fastest web hosting provider available. Just have a look into all their Trustpilot reviews. People are super happy with their hosting speed, affordable pricing, and customer support. Now from here, you can change the language if you want. Maybe you speak Spanish or Portuguese or Hindi. You can select your language from here. So now let's just close this. One thing I also do want to say is that this page changes quite often. In fact, they probably change it once a month. So if the banner or interface looks different, don't worry, don't panic. This happens quite often. It's the same website. Now let's scroll down a bit and you'll find all the different plans here. By the way, here we can see 3 plans, but sometimes you may see 4 plans here. Just don't panic because you can create your own website with any of these plans. But as you're just starting out, I recommend taking this premium or business plan. With both of these plans, you can create up to 100 websites. For example, today you're creating a portfolio website, tomorrow you want to create a business website, and next week you want to create an e-commerce website. So you don't need to purchase hosting each time. You can create all the websites within this same web hosting plan. So here with the premium plan, you'll get 100 GB storage. With the business plan, you'll get 200 GB storage. And with any of these plans, you'll get all features like this. Unlimited free SSL, so all of your websites would be encrypted and super secure. Unlimited bandwidth, so there wouldn't be any limit how many website visitors you'll have. Free email, you can create hundreds of professional email addresses like info@yourwebsite.com or admin@yourwebsite.com like these. Then free domain. Yes, like I said, you'll get a domain name for free. You'll also get tons of WordPress features like one-click WordPress installation, free website migrations. So if you want to move your existing website from another hosting provider to Hostinger, they will transfer it on behalf of you. How cool is that? Now let's talk about security. Personally, I'm very serious about website security. And Hostinger just nailed it with all these features like Cloudflare protected name servers, malware scanners, and all these. I've had very bad experiences with other web hosting providers. We've got so many malware attacks and we had to pay the hosting providers additionally to use their other security tools. But here in Hostinger, you're getting all these security tools for free. Now, let's select a plan. And like I said, you can take any of these plans based on your needs. For now, I'm taking the premium plan. You can upgrade it later anytime. So click on Add to Cart. Alright, so here you're going to see different pricing options. Now this is referring to how long do you want to host with Hostinger. So we have 1 month, 12 months, 24 months, and then we also have 48 months. First of all, I don't recommend going with 1 month because it's almost $12 a month, which is super expensive. We don't want that. My recommendation would be to go with 48 months. So for the first 4 years, you just need to pay $2.99 per month. That will save you $432. And then after those 4 years, you start to pay $7.99 per month, which is still super affordable for a web hosting plan that can hold up to 100 websites. But if you just want to start with 2 years or 1 year, you can click over here. And then in your first year, you just pay $3.19 per month. And you're still going to create up to 100 websites. And after that first year, you start to pay $9.99 per month. So the longer the first period, the more discount you will get when you renew your plan. So if you have the budget and you want to get the most discount possible, you can go for the 48 months. And after those 48 months, you start to pay around $7.99 per month instead of $9.99. But wait, there's more. If you scroll down over here, you see this have a coupon code button. And now if you click on it, then if you fill in with my special coupon code, which is JFD10, and click on apply, you will now get a total of 78% discount. Now if we scroll up again and then select the 1 year plan and now scroll down, can you believe that you're almost getting the same amount of discount, and we're also getting super fast web hosting with a free domain name for the full year only for $34. What an amazing deal, right? So scroll up again. Now you see, pricing is only $2.87 per month for the first 12 months, $2.78 per month for the first 24 months, and $2.69 per month for the first 48 months, as we've added the JFD10 discount code. For now, I will go for 12 months, and then if we go here, then put down your email address. Make sure to put your best email address because they will create your hosting account with this email address. Now let's put a very strong password here. Now if we scroll down, now you see you can pay using your credit card, PayPal, Google Pay, or you can even pay using cryptocurrency. Also, you may see more different local payment options based on your country. Now if we scroll down, and here I'm just going to put my card informations. And then let's just click on Submit Secure Payment. So from here, you can just skip this part. And then it's asking if we want to create or migrate a website. And since we're not going to migrate any website, we're just going to create one. So let's just select Create. Then click on Next. Then from here, make sure to select WordPress and then click on Create with WordPress. Now here it's asking us to create login details for WordPress account, so you already know what to do. To create our WordPress account, we need to put down our email, and since my email address is already here, I'm just going to put a strong password here. Now I'm done putting my password, so now let's just click on Next. Now here it's asking us what type of website we want to build, and according to the type of website you want to build, you can choose any type from here. If you're going to create a blog website, you can choose blog. If you're going to create an online business for your store, then you can select this one. Now, since the one we will be creating is for our agency portfolio, so I will be choosing this one. Then click on Next. Okay, now let's just skip this one. Now here it's asking us if we want pre-selected plugins for our portfolio. So here let's just select this one because I want to select my plugins manually. Then let's click on Next. Now since we're going to put our plugins manually, let's just skip this one. Now here it's asking what domain name do we want to use for our website. Let's write Abirtuts, which is short for Abir Tutorials. Now as I'm done putting my domain name, you can see that it's suggesting us a lot of other domain names with extensions. Like here you can see abirtuts.in, abirtuts.me, abirtuts.com and more. From here you can choose any extension you like, but I recommend you to choose the .com extension because it sounds more professional and legit. So I'm just gonna choose abirtuts.com, this one, and then I'm just gonna click Next. Now we need to fill up some details for my domain name. So here I'm selecting my country Bangladesh, and then I'm selecting personal, which is selected by default. Then click on the Next Step button. Now here, I'm just quickly putting my details. Alright, so here I'm done putting my informations here. So now let's just scroll down and then click on Finish Registration button. So here it's asking us where is our portfolio target audience. And here you can just keep this default one, which in my case they have selected a data center in the United States, Arizona, the closest one they have to my country, but in your case it can be a different one. So you can just keep it to the default one or change it from here, or you can also just change it later on. So now I'm just gonna keep it as it is and then click on the Next button. Now it's installing WordPress, so just wait a bit, no need to rush it. And as you can see, our WordPress is being installed very quickly. It's almost done, we're pretty much there. And right now we're at the control panel of Hostinger. Here if we go into the Home tab, you'll see in the account actions, it's saying that they have sent a verification email to our Gmail account. So let's check our email. And in your inbox, you'll find an email where it says verify your email address, which is a verification email from the Hostinger team. So now from here, we'll just simply click on verify email button here. And then it will take you back to the Hostinger control panel with the email address verified. Now from here, I want to get my WordPress. So from hosting and premium web hosting, let's click on this manage button. Then it will take us to the Hostinger dashboard. Then from here, let's click on this WordPress overview. And then if we scroll down, we can see that it says WordPress admin panel. So now if we click here, it will take us to the WordPress dashboard. So currently we're inside the WordPress admin panel or the WordPress dashboard, and here I will make you guys familiar with all of these options like posts, medias, pages, comments, appearance, plugins, and all of these things. And even though all of these things are pretty simple and self-explanatory, I would still explain it to you so that you can have a better understanding, so that you don't have to waste your time exploring all of these things on your own. And you can just start from the get-go. Now here we have our dashboard, and as you can see that there are so many pop-ups here, which are here by default. But I don't want them here, since I like to work in a clean environment rather than a messy one, because having so many pop-up options can really distract you from finding something important or your overall work experience. So to clear all of this, you can just manually dismiss them like this. You can also minimize them by clicking on these drop-down buttons like this. Or you can just go to the top right corner and click on the screen options and then uncheck these pop-ups from here like this. Now as you can see, our dashboard is completely neat and clean. So now let's clean this. But now I would like to clean up my WordPress dashboard even more, and to do that, let's go and hover on this plugin option, click on install plugins. Now as you can see that there are already some plugins installed by default, but to make our website we don't really specifically need these plugins which came by default. So what we're going to do now is select all of them from here, go to the bulk actions options and then click on deactivate and then click on apply. Now that all of them are deactivated, we're going to select all of them again from here, go to bulk actions and click on delete. Then click on apply just like before. Now the browser pop-up is asking us if we're sure that we want to delete these plugins or not, and since we're sure, we're going to click on OK. And there you go, all the default plugins were successfully deleted. Then for a much cleaner look, you can refresh the page again. And now as you can see that there are no default plugins here, so we're finally done with the process of clearing out our default plugins. Now you might be wondering, what is a plugin? Well, plugins are basically these extra apps or extra add-on like things that extend or increase the functionality of your WordPress website. And of course for our website we will be using some plugins, but the ones that we deleted, we didn't really need them. So that's why we deleted them, so that now we can install only the plugins that we want to use. Now the next thing that I'll be showing you guys is how you can change the password of your website. To do that, we're going to hover on this user tab from here and then click on profile. And from here you can also select the admin color scheme as well. So currently it's given default, but you can change it to light, modern or blue or whichever color scheme you want. The main thing to understand here is that whenever you change the admin color scheme, this admin control panel color will change. And that's all there is to it. But since this admin control panel is only visible to us, that is why I'm going to keep it as default, because we the admins can only see it and it's not visible to the visitors of our website. Then if we scroll down, you can see that you can change the language as well. Currently it's given site default language, but you can change it to any other language you want, like your mother tongue or the language that you prefer. But for now I'm just going to keep it as the default language, which is English. Next up, you can see that you can give your name here or change the already given name. So now I'm just going to type my name here, then type my last name as well. Then you can set or change your nickname from here. Now this part is very important. You can choose any variation of your name from here. And now let's say if you write any blog post, the display name that you chose will be shown as the author's name on your blog post. So choose this display name very wisely. I'm just going to choose Abir Hussain from here. Then as you can see, you can also change your email address from here. You can scroll down and change your WordPress profile picture from here by clicking here. And then finally under account management, you can change your WordPress dashboard password from here. So let's click here. Now WordPress will suggest you a random strong password, but you can set it to your liking and set a password that you can remember very easily. And now I'm going to do the same. I'm going to change it to something easy so that I can always remember it. So let's hide this and then let's set our new password. Now, once you're done putting your password, just scroll down and then click on Update Profile. Now, at this point, I'm gonna make you familiar with two basic terms. One is the back end or the dashboard of our website, and another one is the front end of our website. Now, what you've been seeing until now is the dashboard or the back end of our website, because only we can see it since we're the admin of this website. Now, if you want to see the front end of the website, all you gotta do is hover on the site name, then here, right click over it and click on Open Link in New Tab. Now, if we click on this tab, here as you can see that on this tab, we can see the front end of our website, and the whole world can see this portion of our website as well, except for this admin panel bar, this black bar that you see here. And so for now, our website is looking like this. But surely we will change it the way we want, but currently this is what the front end of our website looks like. Alright, now let's go to the dashboard or the back end of our website. Now, before doing anything else, I just want to do some basic settings, and to do that, from Settings, go to General. And from here, you can put or change your site title. So basically here you can put your business name. Currently it's written Jim Fahad Digital, and I'm going to keep it that way. And then here we can write some tagline, but try to write something meaningful here, because this will also help you to rank on Google search engine. So here I'm just gonna write Best Web Design Agency in California. Now, you don't have to mess with these URLs, just keep them the way they are. And then if we scroll down, you can also change the site language from here. And here's the different time zone option. If you want to have any different format, like how you want the day, month, and year to be shown, you can change them from here. But I'm just gonna keep everything the way they are for now. Then scroll down and click on Save Changes. Now, the next thing I want to do from under settings is let's go to permalinks. Now, this part is very important too. Here you may see the permalink default structure is set to day and name. Sometimes you even may see it as set as plain, but I highly recommend you to set it as post name, because if you keep them as plain, you see that any of your post page link or any other page's link would look like this, which would be your websitename.com, then / and then this kind of bizarre number. But if you keep your permalink structure to post name, then your other page's URL would be like this, your websitename.com / then the page's name or post name, which is more human readable. And it's also good for search engine optimization. So I'm setting it as post name, then scroll down and click on Save Changes. Now, the thing we were talking about, the back end and the front end of our website. So this is the back end and this is the front end. So first of all, if you want to change the outlook and the feel of your website, which is looking like this, I mean the feel of the front end of your website, to change it, you need to change the theme of your website. Now, to do that, go back to the dashboard or the back end of our website, then hover on Appearance and click on Themes. And here you'll see some themes which came by default with WordPress installation, but for this tutorial I'm gonna use Hello Elementor theme, and you can choose any other theme as well. So to do that, you can click on Add New Theme from this plus icon, or you can just click on this Add New Theme button. And then from here you can search for any other theme and then select the theme of your liking. So now I'm gonna search for Hello Elementor from here. There it is. Now let's click on Install and then activate it. Now if we go to the front end of our website and then refresh the page from here, you see the outlook and feel of our website has been changed. Now I know it's looking very plain and boring, but no need to worry, because I'll help you create everything step by step from scratch. And now, to turn this into a stunning website, we're going to be using Elementor Page Builder, which is the best one out there. Now, as we know that Elementor is a WordPress plugin. So now to add this plugin to our WordPress, let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. Then from Plugins, let's click on Add New Plugin. Then from here you can search for a plugin. So I'm going to search for Elementor. And there it is now. So from here, let's click on Install Now. Then after the installation is complete, click on Activate. So now if we go to the installed plugins, now this is the Elementor onboarding. Since we installed the Elementor plugin, that's why this is showing up. So we can just click this X from here. Now from our dashboard, let's just clean this Elementor overview. So from here, let's deselect this one. Then let's minimize it. And now finally, if we go to plugins, you see Elementor is installed and it's activated. And now it's time to get the Elementor Pro version. So from jimfadigital.com, the link to this page will be given down below in the description box. So from here, under important links, you can click here to get the Elementor Pro version, and it will take you to the Elementor pricing page. So here you can see different plans for Elementor Pro version. With Elementor Pro, you can do a lot more, like making animated websites, blogs, or even online stores without needing to know any kind of coding. Now take a moment and think about this. Hiring someone to build your website can cost you thousands of dollars. But with Elementor Pro, you start at $59 per year, which is a huge save. Now if you buy this plan, you're gonna get 50 Pro widgets, theme builder, premium support, and you can create one website with this plan. Now after that, we have the advanced and expert plan. Now from these two, I highly recommend you to use this advanced plan, or you can also go with the expert plan as well. Now fun thing about these two plans is that for these two plans, they have all the Elementor features unlocked. So basically with these two plans, you'll be able to use the full power of the Elementor page builder, and you can unlock the full potential of making a website. Now here you also get premium support, then you also get 82 Pro widgets, dynamic content to sell stuff online, custom code and CSS, a way to add your own code if you want to make your own designs through custom codes, and things like form builder, e-commerce features. And with this advanced plan, you can create up to 3 websites. For instance, today you're making a restaurant website, tomorrow you'll make a portfolio website, and next week you're gonna make an e-commerce website. So if you buy this plan, you don't need to buy the essential plan 3 times, which is gonna end up costing you almost double the amount. Because if you buy this essential plan and then you feel like creating up to 3 websites, then it's gonna cost you around $180. But with this advanced plan, if you create 3 websites, it's only gonna cost you $99. And in addition to that, you're gonna get so many more features in comparison with this one. Now for the expert plan, you can create up to 25 websites. Now this plan is the perfect plan for freelancers who need to create multiple websites. And finally, if you're an agency owner, then this plan can be the plan for you. So as you can see, with this agency plan, you can create up to 1,000 websites, and you'll basically get all the features of Elementor only for $399. Now let's say if you create a client's website, they're most likely to pay you $500 to $3,000. But for you to create that website, what do you think it's gonna cost? So now if we just calculate the pricing, so for this plan we're getting 1,000 websites, so let's just write 1,000. Then let's divide it by $399, and now as you can see, it's only gonna cost you $2.5 for each website. And that's a huge win if you ask me. So now if you create a client's website, they're most likely to pay you $500 to thousands of dollars. But your cost for creating that website is only around $3. What can be a better deal than that? So this could be the smartest investment you could ever make. So now let's waste no more time explaining. Let's buy our packets. For now, I'm just gonna go with the advanced plan. Just click on buy now. And in here, you have to create an account. You can continue with Google, Facebook, or Apple, or you can just continue with your email. So now I'm just gonna click here. So you'll have to put your email address here. I'm just gonna put mine. Then let's set a password. Then click on create my account to create your account. After that, you can fill in these informations if you want, but since these are optional, so I'm not fulfilling them. Then click on continue from here. Then you can use any payment method as you like. You can use card or PayPal. For now, I'm just gonna use my credit card. So I'm gonna put my card informations from here. So click on add payment method and then put your card informations here. Then click on pay now from here. And after purchasing Elementor Pro, it will take you to the Elementor dashboard. From here, you can also link your website from WordPress. So from here, the only thing we're going to do is from the top right corner, you can see this download icon here, right? So if you click this, And as you can see in the downloads, we have Elementor Pro Advanced. Now if you click this, then the Elementor Pro zip will be downloaded on your device. So let's just click here. And as you can see, it's being downloaded on your device. Alright, so now let's close all of this. And from our dashboard inside of plugins, click on Add New Plugins. And this time, instead of searching the plugin from here, we're going to upload it by clicking on this Upload Plugin button. Then from here, we're just going to choose the zip file, the Elementor zip file that we've downloaded from the Elementor website. So just click on Choose File, and then choose the Elementor Pro zip file that you downloaded, and then click on Install Now button. Now here, as you can see that our plugin has been uploaded and then installed successfully. Then let's click on the Activate Plugin button here. And as you can see, it has brought us back to the plugins page. And now at the bottom, you can see here that Elementor Pro has been activated. Now after activating the Elementor Pro, all you have to do is click on this Connect and Activate button. And then from this page, just click on Active My License. And now as you can see inside Elementor under the license setting, it's saying that the status is active, which clearly means that we now have Elementor Pro and its status is active. Now we're finally done with our Elementor Pro installation and activation. So now we can finally work with our Elementor Pro version, and I can show you the full power and potential of Elementor Page Builder. So let's go to Pages from here to create our first web page. Now as you can see that there are already 2 existing pages, which are the default pages, which came after the installation of WordPress. So let's just select all of these pages. Then from bulk actions, let's click on Move to Bin. Then click on Apply. And then from Bin as well, let's again select all the pages. From bulk actions, click on Delete Permanently and then click on Apply. Now it's finally all clean. So let's click on Add New Page to create our first page. Then here it's telling us to add the title of our page, so I'm just going to name it as Home. Then let's just click on Publish from here and then click on Publish again. Now even though it's saying Home is live now, but if we go to the front end of our website and then refresh the page, as you can see that the home page that we just created and published is not showing here. That's because the WordPress shows this post by default, which is the blog post of our website. But we want to show the home page, this page that we just created and published, as the default home page of our website. So for that, what we need to do is go back to our dashboard, then click on this WordPress icon, and then from under Settings, click on Reading. Then from under Reading Settings, you can see that your homepage displays, our homepage display is set as our latest post, which is this. And that is the reason why currently blog post is showing as the default homepage of our website. So to change that, we're going to select this option, a static page. So just click here. And then from homepage, we're going to select this home, the page that we just created and published. So let's select it. And then click on Save Changes. Now if we go to the front end of our website and then refresh the page again, as you can see that now it's finally showing our home page that we created as the default page of our website, the front end of our website. And again, of course, there's nothing special in this page yet, but now you finally understand that since we have this home page as the default page of our website, the front end of our website, now we can finally customize our home page the way we want. And for that, we're going to be using the best page builder, which is Elementor Page Builder. So now let's go back to the dashboard, and from Pages, we're gonna click on this home page that we just created. Then simply just click on Edit with Elementor. Now finally, we're inside of our Elementor Page Builder where the fun begins. Now as you can see that our home page is opened within Elementor, which is basically this page that you saw on the front end of our website. So as I was saying that now we can finally turn our home page and customize it the way we want. But first, let me make you guys familiar with the control panel or the left panel of Elementor. Now here you can see these items like heading, image, text editor, button, and all sorts of things. Well, these things are called Elementor elements or Elementor widgets. And these are the widgets or elements that we use to create our website. So these elements or widgets are the building blocks of your web page. Now from here, if we scroll down, you can see this Pro drop down here, right? So these elements or widgets are basically only available to the Elementor Pro user. So these widgets or elements can only be used if you have purchased the Elementor Pro version. And if you don't have the Elementor Pro version, then only these basic widgets will be available to you. Now the web page or the landing page that we're going to create, 90% of it can be made using these basic widgets or elements. But just to make it look more cool with more advanced widgets, we purchased the Pro version so that we can use all of these cool widgets wherever we need them. Now if we look here at the top we can see the logo, which is basically the header of our website. And this header is coming from our Hello Elementor theme. And then at the bottom here we can see the footer of our website, which is also coming from the Hello Elementor theme. And then here, this is the main canvas. And this beautiful canvas is where we will be creating our web page. Alright, so now since we're finally familiar with this whole interface, now let me give you just a basic idea how this amazing page builder works. So first of all, in this main canvas, we need to take a structure. To do that, just click on this plus icon and then choose the Flexbox layout. Then you can choose any one of these structures, but for our website, we will be mainly needing these two structures. So let's just take this one. Now this is our container within our canvas. Now to change the height of this container, you can simply go here and then drag this minimum height wheel. And as you can see that the height of our container is changing as well. So if you drag it to the right, then the height of our container will increase. And if you drag it to the left, the height of our container will decrease. So everything within this area is your canvas and this is your container. So for now, I'm just gonna keep its minimum height to 600 pixels. So you can just manually put the value like this. And for the moment, I'm going to keep the justify content setting to center. I'll elaborate these things later on as we go, because if I explain it all together now, then it could be a bit confusing for you guys. So let's just keep on exploring these things and you'll understand it all very soon. Now, for instance, let's say you want to give the container that you choose, a background color. So to do that, just go under Style tab from here. Then from background type, click this classic option and then click on this color picker. Then from here you can select any color you want. You can play with all these colors and choose whichever one you like. So for now I'm just going to take this black color. Then within this area, if you want to add any widgets or Elementor elements, then all you need to do is click on this plus icon, or from here you can click on this Rubik's looking icon and Elementor widgets will be available to you. So basically you can find these elements by clicking here or by clicking the plus icon of your container. So now let's say you want to add a heading to your container. So for that, all you need to do is drag this heading widget and drop it inside of your container. Then if you want to change the text of your heading, you can just triple click over here and then write whatever you want, or you can just change the text from this title field. I'm going to write Jim Fahad Digital. Then if you want to do any styling of this text, then you can just go to the Style tab from here and then you can change the alignment of your text from here. So currently it's left aligned. As you can see, if I click on left, it's not changing, but if I click on center, then our heading or text is centered aligned here. And then if we click on this one, then it goes to the right side. So now I'm just gonna keep it in center. Then from text color, you can also change the color of your text, and by default it's getting this cyan bluish color, but you can pick any other color you want by clicking on this color picker from here. Then take any other color you want. I'm just going to pick this white color for now. Then click outside, and from this typography option, you can just click on this pencil icon and you'll get all these typography settings from here. So from here you can change the font family. Now if you click on this drop down, you'll get access to all the free Google fonts from here. You can select any of these ones. For example, if we choose this font, as you can see that our headings font has changed as well. How cool is that? And not only that, from here you can also search for any other font you like. So I'm going to search for a favorite font of mine, which is Railway. This one. So let's just select it. Now as you can see that our headings font has instantly changed as well. Then again, by dragging this size wheel, you can change the size of your heading. And just like before, if we drag it to the right, the text size will increase, and if we drag it to the left side, the text size will decrease. And also you can put the value manually here in this field. And then you can also change its weight, make it more bold or thinner by selecting any of these. So if you select light, you can see that the weight of our heading has become very thin. And then if you choose any of these, then it will get more bold and thick. And then after that, you can also make the writing all uppercase or lowercase or capitalized, just like this from here. You can also change its style from here. You can make it italic or just make it normal. So just like this, you can play with all these options and customize your heading or writing. Oh, I almost forgot, these options come very handy as well. For instance, if you drag this letter spacing wheel, you can see that the space between each letters are increasing and decreasing. And also if you move this word spacing wheel, then the spaces between the words will increase or decrease. Now let's say if you want to add another heading underneath this heading, then you first gotta click on this Rubik's Cube icon. So let's say I want to add some text under this heading. So for that, all you need to do is drag this text editor widget and drop it underneath here. Now as you can see in the text editor, a dummy text will always be given, and just like the heading, you can change it from here by triple clicking here, or you can just change it from this text field. Then if you want to do some styling, you can just go to the style tab and again change the alignment from left aligned or center aligned or right aligned. So I'm just gonna keep it center. Then again, you can change the text color by clicking on this color picker and selecting any of these colors like this. And as you already know, you can also change the typography from this typography option, because you already know what all of these options do, right? Now I'm just going to increase its size a little bit so it's more visible. Now under this text, let's say you want to add a button in your website. So for that, again, go to the Rubik's Cube icon or the widget section, and here as you can see this button widget. So you just gotta drag this and drop it underneath the text editor widget. And there you go, the button is visible here. Now instead of click here, if you want this button to say anything else, you can always just change the text from here. Like let's say I want the button to say contact. And then within this link field, if I write our website's name, which is jimfahaddigital.com, then clicking on this button will take someone to this link or website. And then again, from going under style tab, we can change the button's alignment like this. And then from here, you can play with the typography or background type or color. So for example, let's say for this button, I want the button color to be blue. So let's select this light blue color. So now our button's color is this bluish color. Now I want to show you something really interesting, which is, as you can see that by default, this button's color is this blue color, which we just set right now. But let's say if I hover over this button, I want it to change its color. So how do I do that? To do that, simply just go on this hover option. Then from under hover, you can click on this color picker. And let's say I'm gonna take this purple color from here. Now let's look at the magic. As you can see that in this normal state, it's looking this bluish color, right? But now if we hover over it, you see the color changes to this purplish magenta color. How cool is that? So you can always use this trick to make your buttons more interactive and to make it more visually appealing. So this is the basic idea of normal and hover color effects. Now let's say if you want to change or edit any of the widgets or elements which you have already put in your canvas, you can simply just click on that widget, and no matter which one you select, you will always get these three tabs, which are content, style, and advanced. So now you guys have already seen what content tab and style tab usually does. So let's finally talk about the advanced tab. So let's say for any of your contents you want to, like for example this text editor widget, if you want to put any space on the top or bottom of this widget, you'll have to go to the advanced tab. Then from margin, you'll need to unlink the values. And as you can see that currently all the values that are given are 0. Now as we said that we want to add some space on the top and the bottom of our text editor widget, so we'll just have to put the space value that we want in these fields. So basically what I'm saying is, If I want to put the space on the top, I'll have to put that value here. So let's just put a random value. Let's say we want to put 15 pixel space on the top. So let's write 15. And then on the bottom, to give space, let's write the bottom space to 25. And just like this, you can give the space to any widgets on top, right, bottom, or left. So as you have already noticed that we can play with these spaces from the Advanced tab. So the main thing to understand here is that if you go to the Content tab of any widgets, then you can change the text or any other thing related to that element's content. And by going under the Style tab, you can change its alignment, typography, text color, or things related to its styling, like the designing stuff of all of these elements. And then finally, from the Advanced tab, you'll find these spacing settings and all these advanced settings as well. And this is basically the main concept of the Flexbox container and how it works. And then also, let's say you have changed your mind and you don't want any of your element in your container, then you can just simply right click over that element and then you can just delete it. It's as simple as that. Now, since I'm done with the basic explanation of the Flexbox container, I'm just going to close it by clicking on this X. And then our canvas is as good as new. Now, surely I will be creating this whole website from scratch, step by step, by using Elementor Page Builder. Now, let's say you don't have that much time to see this hours-long tutorial, but you still want to create this website. So in that case, I have another solution for you, which is KitPapa.com. This KitPapa.com is for those people who want to create their website really fast. So let me just give you a quick tour of KitPapa.com. Now, if you scroll down here, you will find all these ready-made template kits for different categories of websites. It could be any website for freelancer, technology and apps, health, medical, education, sport and fitness, you name it. You will find almost every category's website in KitPapa.com. And not only your business websites, you can also create websites for your clients using KitPapa.com's ready-made template kits just within a few clicks. So here, let me just give you an example. Let's say that one of your client is a lawyer, right? And he needs you to make his website really fast. So in that scenario, you can just go inside this lawyer category here. And here within this page, you'll find different types of website template kits for the lawyer category. So for example, let me just go inside of this kit. Now, one of the most interesting and beneficial thing about KitPapa.com is that before even purchasing any website template kit, you can actually preview the whole website template kit from here. So you just need to click on this live demo button. So you can see everything within this beautiful iframe. You can also check all the pages, all the sections, the stunning designs and effects. And from up here, you can also check all the other pages as well. And not only that, you can also check the website responsiveness of the template kit. You can see the tablet responsiveness from here. If we scroll down, you can see that everything is set up in a tablet view. And then you can also check the responsiveness of the mobile portrait from here. And it's looking amazing. So basically, you can check everything in advance before even buying the kit. And then also you can check all the details about this kit. And another useful thing is that with each of the kit, you'll also find a video installation guide. So instead of watching this hours-long tutorial, if you want to make your or your client's website really fast, you can just follow this 3-minute video guide if you purchase this template kit. So from here, if you just play it, you see it's only 3 minutes long. So just by following this 3-minute guide, you can install and activate and make your website or your client's website really fast. And then if you scroll up, you can see that the template kit's price is only $14.99, which is really affordable because you see, you can create this kind of multi-page website and you can charge your clients a couple $1,000s pretty easily. So it's a huge win for you. And let's say if you're an agency or a freelancer and you need to create a lot of websites frequently for your clients, then you can actually take their buy all package. So right now you see there is a discount going on. So from here, just click on grab the deal. And so instead of purchasing all the kits separately, you can get full access to all their already made template kits, which already exist, as well as the future ones. So if we scroll down, you can see that currently they have more than 180 premium kits. And they keep on adding more than 10 new template kits per month. So basically, if you grab the buy all deal, then you'll get access to all these existing template kits as well as the ones that are yet to come. Only for $49, which is more than a great deal if you ask me. And here for this particular tutorial, I mean the ones that we are doing now, let's go to the home page. And basically we will be creating a website which will look like this. So let me search for that. So here I'm searching for Virtu. Let's click on search. You see this one. So let's click here. And of course, as I said earlier, I will of course show you how to create this website step by step from scratch by using Elementor Page Builder. But now I just want to show you, if you don't want to follow this whole tutorial and if you just purchase this kit, how easily you can just install this template kit on your website. So here, let's just say if you want to purchase this kit, you just need to click on this add to cart button and you need to pay them $15. And right after purchasing this kit, you'll basically get a zip file just like this. And inside of this zip file, you'll basically get this template kit. So let me just give you a quick view of this template kit. So this is our AI landing page and you'll basically find this in our template kit zip file after purchasing it. And if you install it in your WordPress, in your website through WordPress, then you'll basically get all of this and a ready-made website just within a few clicks. You can see all the other pages from here. You'll get a gorgeous about page like this one, and then you can also see the services page, which is also looking so great and it's giving this futuristic vibe, which is really visually appealing. And of course, you can always just check the responsiveness of the website and each of the web pages from here. Let's check the mobile view and everything is just looking stunning. So basically, if you buy this template kit, then you'll find this ready-made website within a few clicks without even having to watch this whole hours-long tutorial. Isn't that awesome? But just in case you're not in a rush, you can always just follow along this tutorial and we can just create it together. So let's just close this one for now. And now let's go to the back end of our website. And now we're back at the home page of our website. So now let's start by creating our hero banner area, our parent banner area for our home page. But before that, we actually need to do just a little bit of settings. So as you can see that currently we can see this page name and header, and then there's this footer. So all of these things are making our work environment a little bit messy, right? And we don't want that. We want to work in a clean environment. So for that, what you can do is just simply go and click on this settings button, and from here change the page layout to Elementor Canvas. Now you see our canvas is completely neat and clean, and now we can work more efficiently in our workspace. Also, do you guys remember that when we take a container from here, you see there's always this default values that are given. So whenever you take a container, there are some default values that will be given here, and they will always be constant. So whenever you take a container, the container will be of these values. But to create our website, we will usually take containers of a different value. So it can be very time consuming at times if you have to change these values again and again, right? So in order to make our website more fast, what we can do is we can just tweak these settings, these default values just a little bit so that we don't have to change these values every time. And for that, let's just click on this hamburger icon here. And that will take you to the global settings. Then from here, just go to the site settings. Then go to layout, and now you see that these default values are given from here. So let's just change some of the values. So for content width of a container, let's change the value from 1140 pixels to 1320 pixels. And as for gaps, let's change both the column and row value to 0. And also for container padding, let's unlink the values and let's just keep it to 0 pixels, all of them. Alright, so now we're pretty much done here. Let's update our settings. And now let's head back. And there you go. Now let's check if our settings were applied. So now if we take another container, let's choose this one. You see, it's not registered yet. So let's update our settings and then refresh the page so that we can be sure that our settings were saved. So let's refresh the page from here. And now let's just delete these two containers that we took before and then take a new container from here. Let's choose this one. And there you go. You see, the custom values that we put there in the global settings is now the default value, both here, here, and if we go to the advanced tab and then unlink the values, you see the padding values is 0 by default as well. Alright, so now let's just close this one, this container. Now we're finally all ready and equipped with all the necessary settings, so we can finally proceed to create our hero banner. So now let's start the fun. So first let's just take a container from here, then choose Flexbox layout and choose this column directed structure from here. Now let's do the layout setting of this container that we just took. So for this first container, let's make its content width to full width. And then everything else is looking great here, so let's move on to the style tab. And then from background type, clicking on this classic, we're going to add an image, a background image to this container. By the way, if you want to use the exact same images that I will be using in this tutorial, you can always just go to jimfadigital.com, and here under important links, if you click on this link, this download the resources I've used in the tutorial link, then you will get an image folder just like this. And inside of this images folder, you will find all the images that I will be using in this website. So let's minimize it. And again from Elementor, let's click on this choose image to choose an image. And currently we don't have any images uploaded here, so we are going to upload our images from upload files here and then click on select files. And then from the images folder, you can either choose these images one by one, or you can just select them all together by clicking on Ctrl A, or if you're a Mac user, then you can just type Command A to select all the pictures, then click on open. Now as you can see that all the images have been successfully uploaded. So let's just select this black image here and then click on select. And as you can see that our image is now uploaded in the background. Now let's make its position to top center and display size to cover. Then close this background drop down and click on this background overlay. Then again from background type, click on this classic option and let's choose another image which will give an overlay effect to this image that we have selected. So let's click here and then let's select this one. As you can see that this image has a crystal looking overlay effect, so let's select it. And there you go. Now the background overlay image is giving an overlay effect to the background image that we put earlier. Now let's also make its position to top center and then repeat to repeat, then display size to custom, and let's change the weight to 55%. Then the opacity to 0.03%. Then if we scroll down, okay, everything else is looking great here. So now let's head over to the advanced tab. Then from padding, let's unlink the values first and just give the top and bottom padding to 120 pixels. Now inside of this parent banner container, we want to take other containers, right? So for that, you can just click on this plus icon and then drag a container widget from here and place it here. But you see, now that we have multiple containers in our canvas, it can get a little confusing. And this is where you can use a very useful tool in Elementor, which is the navigator. So you just simply have to go down here and select this navigator icon. And there you go. Now as you can see that in the navigator, you can always navigate the widgets or elements that you put in your canvas. So first we put this container, our parent banner container, and then inside of this container we have put this container, right? Now we can always just rename these containers so that we don't mix them up in between each other, and it's always more easy to work with each containers, right? So let's name this one our parent banner container. Alright. Now inside of this container, we've taken this container where we will be putting the heading of our parent banner container. So let's just name this container our heading container. Great. Now let's do a little settings for this one. So from layout, change its weight to 569 pixels. Then from style tab, we don't need to change anything. So let's just head on to advanced tab And here let's unlink the margin values first. Then only put the top margin to 100 pixels. And leave the rest as it is. Then unlink the padding values. And only set the right and left padding to 30 pixels. Then this one. Now we're done with the heading container, so let's put a heading inside of this container. Just click on this plus icon, and from here drag this heading widget right here. Then from this title field you can change the title to whatever heading you want to give. So I'm just gonna write, let's create a masterpiece. Then from the styling tab, let's set the heading alignment to center, and from here let's set the text color to white. Okay. Now from typography, let's set the font family to outfit, this one, and set the size manually to 92 pixels. Cool. Then from weight, let's select 400. No, actually, let's make it a little bit more bold, so let's make it 500. And then set the line height to 101 pixels. Alright, now from advanced tab, unlink the margin value first and only put the bottom value to 20 pixels. Now our heading is looking pretty bland, right? But we want it to look even more cool so that it's more visually appealing whenever someone visits our website, right? And this is where an Elementor Pro version feature comes really handy. So you can just scroll down and select this custom CSS and put any CSS code snippet here, and that effect will automatically be applied to whatever you're working with. Now don't worry, you guys don't have to learn coding because I already have that CSS code snippet ready for you in our official website gymfahaddigital.com. So all you have to do is go to our official website gymfahaddigital.com and then just copy this CSS custom code snippet. So from here, select it till here, then right click over it and click on copy. Then go back to edit with Elementor and just simply put the code snippet here by right clicking over here and then selecting paste. And there you go. Now our heading is looking so gradient, colorful and cool. Alright, so let's just update our work up until now. Always remember to update your work after finishing a section because, after all, Elementor is a live page builder. So make sure that whatever work you do, it gets registered online so that you don't lose your progress. Otherwise, you'll have to do all the work again and again. So it's always good to be a little careful about that, right? Alright, now since we're done with our banner heading, now I want to put some text underneath this heading. So for that, let's just go to the widgets. And then from here, drag this text editor widget and drop it underneath this banner heading. Now from this default text field, I'm just going to put the text that I want. So I'm just going to write this dummy text. And then from style tab, let's set the alignment to center and let's set a custom text color here. So in this field, just write 6 Fs, then B5, and there you go. Then from typography, set the font family to outfit again, this one, and set the size to 20 pixels. Then set the weight to 300 and line height to, change the scale from pixels to EM and then put the value to 1.7 EM. Then from advanced tab, unlink the margin values and only set the bottom value to 25 pixels. Now we're finally done with the text as well. Now let's put an interactive button underneath this text editor. So from widgets, drag this button widget and put it down here. Then from the text field, let's change the text to Start Now. Then from Style tab, set the alignment to center. And from typography, here, change the font family to Outfit, size to 18 pixels, weight to 400, then click outside. And from the normal settings, let's give it a custom text color. So click on this color picker and write 141518. Then click outside. And from background type, select gradient. Now put the first color to a custom color, which is 3FA542. Then go outside and set the second color to D4B362. Then from angle, put the degree value to 90 degrees. Then scroll down and link the border radius Sorry, I mean keep it linked, and set all the values to 4 pixels. And we're finally done with the normal setting. Now we want our button to be interactive, so let's change its settings from the hover option here. Then let's set the hover animation to this one, float. Oh, and also I forgot to put the padding value, so let's unlink the values and set the top and bottom padding to 18 pixels. Then right and left padding to 36 pixels. Alright, now we're completely done with the styling of our interactive button. As you can see, it's very interactive. When we hover over it, it's floating. Now we just need to change a last setting from Advanced tab. So let's unlink the margin values and only set the top value to 10 pixels. And we're done. Alright, now since we're all done with the heading container, let's minimize it. And now I want to put pictures under our heading, right? So for that, let's take another container underneath all of this here. So from here, let's just drag this container under here. Oops, drag it over here. Then minimize this heading container and let's drag it underneath here. Now you see how useful this navigator tool is? It can really save you so much time and work. Now since we're gonna put pictures inside of this container, let's name this container our pictures container. Okay. Then from layout, make its content width to full width. And everything else is looking great here. We don't have to change anything. So let's just move on to style. Actually, we don't have to do anything here as well. So in the Advanced tab, let's unlink the padding values and set the right and left padding to 10 pixels. Then top padding to 80 and let's keep the bottom padding to 0. Now unlike this parent banner container where we only put one picture, inside of this picture container we are going to put multiple pictures. For that we will need an Elementor widget. So let's click here and search for image carousel. This one, let's drag it here inside of our pictures container. Now from here you can actually add multiple images in your image carousel. So just click on this plus icon to add images. Then let's select this one first. And as you can see, now the image is showing in our image carousel widget. So again, if you click here, you can actually put multiple images here. So from this add to gallery option, select multiple ones while holding the control button on your keyboard. So I'm just going to select this one and then this one. Let's select these ones and also these ones. Now let's click on add to gallery. And as you can see, all of them have been successfully added to our image carousel gallery. So let's just click on insert gallery. And there you go. As you can see, all of them have been successfully uploaded and added to our gallery. Now let's just do a little bit of settings here because as you can see, there's too much gap in between the pictures and we don't want that. So from here, first of all, let's change the image resolution to full. Wow, as you can see, it's looking super cool. Let me close the navigator for you so that you can have a better look. Isn't it amazing? Then from slides to show, select 4 because you want to show 4 pictures at a time. And from slides to scroll, let's set it to 1 image. Then from navigation, make it to none. And from additional options, well, we don't need to change anything here. So just move to the style tab and from spacing, select custom. Then put the image spacing to 60 pixels and border radius to 16 pixels, all of them. So now they'll have this round circlish border. Okay, so everything is looking great here. Let's just update our work. Then let's bring out our navigator again. And since we're done with our image carousel as well, let's just minimize this pictures container from here. Now underneath this pictures container, we want to put logos to make our website look more official. So for that, let's take another container from here. So just drag this container under here. Oops, it went inside again, but we want it outside. So let's just drag it outside first. Then minimize this one as well, and bring this container underneath this pictures container. There, all done. Now since we're gonna put logos in this container, let's rename it as logos container. Alright, now from layout settings, set the width to 1140 pixels, direction to row, justify content to center, and wrap to wrap. Then from advanced tab, unlink the padding values first and put the top padding to 120, right padding to 30 pixels, bottom to 40, and left to 30. Now inside of this logos container, before putting our logos, we want another heading up here. So from the widgets, let's drag this heading widget under here. Let's change the HTML tag to H4 and also put a dummy text here. Then from style tab, then give it a custom text color code of 6Fs AD. Okay, now click outside. Then from typography, change the typography font family to outfit, size to 14 pixels, weight to 500, and line height to 21 pixels. Then letter spacing to 1 pixel, click outside, and from advanced tab, unlink the margin values and only set the bottom value to 20 pixels. And from width, make it to full width, and we're done. Oh, and from style tab, set the alignment to center, and we're done. Now inside of this logos container, let's take another container under this heading. So from widgets, drag this container under here. Now let's just name this container 1. Then from content width, make it to full width and set the width to 20%. Now inside of this container, let's drag this image widget here. Now let's choose a logo image from here. Let's choose this one. Click on select. Then from style tab, change the width to 60%. And from this normal tab, let's set the opacity to 0.7. And from hover tab, let's set the opacity to 1. Now let me show you a life-changing shortcut which will save you so much time. So first, just hover on this container here and then right click over it, then click on copy. Now simply just beside here, right click again and click on paste. And there you go. As you can see that our entire container 1 has been completely copied and pasted. So let's paste it 3 more times. Again, and the last one. Now since we have already done all the settings of this container, these containers already have these settings. So we just need to change the pictures from here by clicking here. So let's choose image, then select this one, then click on this one, and from here select this one. Again from here, click on choose image, select this one, and for the last one, click on choose image and let's select this one. And there you go, our logos container is completely done. Let me give you a preview of our banner section up until now. So let's just close this. Also close the navigator and let's slide it this one. Let's hide the panel. And there you go. This has been our work so far and it's looking perfect. We have the heading, the interactive button, our image carousel, and under here we have our logos. Now let's bring out our panel again and make sure to update your work. And it has been saved. You can also go to the front end of your website, and now as you can see that the front end of our website already has all the work that we have done until now, and it's looking perfect. Now let's go back to our dashboard. By the way, now this part that you see there is only visible to the desktop users. So if someone visits your page from a desktop, they will get this view exactly. But there will be plenty more people who will visit your website from mobile or tablet, right? So for that, we're going to do responsive settings. And to do responsive settings, what you need to do is first go here and then tap on this responsive mode button. Now once you click on this responsive mode, you will get these 3 views. So the first one is desktop, which is currently here that you can see. And the second one is tablet portrait. So people who visit this site from tablet will be able to see this view. And then for the last one, it's the mobile portrait. And people who are visiting our site from mobile will be seeing this view. Now, as you can see that the desktop settings are not matching in our tablet and mobile views. So we will need to do some simple settings for these two portraits as well. So first, let's do our tablet responsive view setting. Let's bring out our navigator. Now first, let's select our parent banner container. And everything else is looking great here. So let's just go to the advanced tab. And first, unlink all the padding values. Put the top value to 60 pixels and keep the rest to 0 pixels. Now let's go inside our parent banner container and select the heading container. Everything is looking great here. Let's go inside our heading container and then select this heading. Now go to the Style tab. Then from Typography, change the size to 72 pixels and line height to 79 pixels. So first change the EM scale to pixel scale and then put the value to 79. Now we're all done with this heading container. So let's close this one. And then from the Pictures container, let's scroll down a bit. Okay, now let's go to the Advanced tab. Then unlink the padding values. Set the top padding to 60 pixels, right to 20, keep bottom value to 0 and left to 20 pixels. Then go inside of Pictures container and select Image Carousel. Now from its Content tab, set the slides to show to 2. And then from Style tab, set the image spacing to 30 pixels. Then close this one as well. And from Logos container, let's set the advanced padding. From Advanced tab, let's set the padding. So unlink the values first. Then set the top value to 60 pixels, right to 30, bottom to 0, and left to 30 as well. Alright, so now everything is looking great in our tablet view. Now let's go to the mobile portrait and let's do some settings here. As you can see, the logos are looking too big and our parent banner heading, our hero banner heading is not looking that great as well. The words are cut off. So let's do some settings here. Let's first select our parent banner. Then from Advanced tab, unlink the values first for padding and only put the top padding to 40 pixels. Then select heading container. And from its Advanced tab, unlink the margin values and only set the top margin to 40 pixels and leave the rest as they are. Now for padding, let's unlink the values first. Then just make the right and left padding to 20 pixels. Now inside of the heading container, select the heading widget, this one. And from Style tab, let's go inside its Typography and change the size to 45 pixels. Let's set it to 42 pixels. Yeah, that seems right. And then change the line height to 46 pixels. Okay, now let's select the text editor widget. And again from Style tab, go to Typography and set the size to 16 pixels. Okay, now it's looking perfect. Now since we're done with this one, let's minimize our heading container. And let's select the Pictures container. And here from Advanced tab, unlink the margin values. Then only set the top margin to 60 pixels. Now unlink the padding values and only set the right and left padding to 20 pixels. Okay, now let's select our Logos container. Let's scroll down, this one. And from its layout, this tab, let's see if we need to change anything. Well, everything looks perfect here. Let's just go to the Advanced tab, then unlink the padding values and give top padding of 60 pixels, right to 20, leave bottom to 0 and left to 20. Okay, now let's go inside of the Logos container. Actually, I forgot to rename these containers, so let's rename these containers to container 2, 3, 4 and 5. Alright, now let's just select container 1. Then from layout, let's change its width scale to percentage scale and put the value of 50%. Now from this container, right click over this container and click on copy. Now just be very careful with what I'm about to show you next. So this trick can be a huge lifesaver and time saver as well. but you have to be a little bit careful. So as I've already copied this container, now let's select this container and right click over here. Now don't click on paste and don't click on paste from other side. Just click on paste style so that the settings that we have applied in this container will be copied and pasted to this container. So this container will have all the settings of this container. And we won't have to waste our time by doing the same settings again and again for all these containers, right? So now let's just right click over it and click on paste style. See how easy that was? Now let's just do the same for this one. Click on paste style, then this one, paste style, and then for the last one, paste style. And there you go. Our logos container and all our logos are looking perfect. So now our mobile portrait is looking perfect for the mobile visitors of our website, and the tab view is also looking great. And of course, our desktop view was already looking perfect. So now let's close the responsive mode and minimize our parent banner container since we're done with it. And don't forget to update your work. Alright, now let's create our next section. So in this section, we will be stating why they should choose our service. So let's first scroll down and then click on this plus icon. And you already know what to do. Choose the flexbox layout. Then choose the column directed structure. Now let's name this container Why Us Container because this container will state why they should choose our service. So let's rename it as that. Alright, now from its layout, first let's change its content width to full width. Then close this container dropdown and from additional options, set the overflow to hidden. Then go to the style tab and from background type, choose classic. Then set the color to black and also let's choose a black image here, this black image. Click on select. Then set its position to center and repeat to no repeat. Let's close this drop down and from background overlay, select the background type to gradient. Then let's set the first color to 6 Fs, that is FFF, FFF, and then 00. Then click outside and set the second color as black. So now it's giving this ashy black color. Then set the opacity to 1. Then move on to Advanced tab, unlink the padding values and set the top padding to 40 and bottom to 60. Okay, so we're done with the YS container. Now inside of this container, click on this plus icon and let's take another container inside of this container. Now let's rename this as our heading container. Let's scroll down a bit. Now from its layout setting, set its width to 938 pixels. Now go to Advanced tab, unlink the margin values and only set the bottom margin to 40 pixels. Now again click on this plus icon or you can also go to this widgets from here. So now we're gonna put a heading inside of this container, but let me show you another shortcut way and the easy way to do it really fast. So what you can do is just go and click this heading. So this heading is inside our logos container, right? So this is the logo heading. Now from here, what we're gonna do is let's bring our navigator a little down. Then from here, right click over this pencil icon, click on copy. Then simply just go here and right click over here and click on paste. So you see this widget has been copied and pasted completely to this container. Now all we need to do is just put the text in this text field. Change the text from this text field and then just put our heading text. So let's write Why Us. And we're done with our heading. Wasn't that super easy and fast? Now this is the most fun part about working in Elementor Page Builder. Once you have created the banner area, you can just copy and paste anything that you've already created from there and then use it in another place in your website. And it would save you a lot of time. So now let's scroll down again. And now let's add some other widgets. So from this widgets, search for headline. Then take this one, this animated headline. So let's drag it and then put it underneath Why Us here. Then set the style to rotating and let's put some dummy texts here. Just remember that whatever you put in this field would be this before text. And whatever you put in this field, I mean this rotating text, those texts will be shown here in a rotating manner, one after one. So then I'll just be back after putting some dummy texts here. And I'm done with putting the dummy texts here. Now let's go to the Style tab. Then change the text color to white. And from typography, change the headline font family to Outfit. Now put the size value of 45 pixels and weight to 500. And then line height to 1.2 em. Let's click outside. Then for animated text, let's give it a custom text color code. So right here 808080. Alright. Then again from its typography, change the font to Outfit. Click outside. And I think we're done here. So let's go to the Advanced tab. Then unlink the margin values and set the top and bottom value to -10. Now under this animated headline, let's take another heading widget. So let's drag this and drop it under here. Then let's put a dummy text in this field. Then set the HTML tag to H4. Now go to Style tab and set the alignment to center. And set the text color to white from here. Okay. Then from typography, set the font to Outfit again. Then size to 48 pixels. Weight to 500. And line height to 1.2 em. Now click outside. Then let's go to the Advanced tab. Unlink the margin values and only set the bottom value to 20 pixels. Now after we're done with this, we're going to put some containers here which will showcase why they should choose our service. So let's take another container. And for taking a container, you already know that we can take it by clicking on this plus icon, or from widgets, you can drag this container widget. But you can also just right click over here. And then if you click on add new container, a new container will be added here. Isn't that great? So now let's just rename this as our showcase container. Let's move the navigator a bit up so that this container is more visible to you guys. Then from this container's layout settings, let's set the content width to boxed and direction to row. Then from Advanced tab, unlink the padding values and only set the right and left padding to 20 pixels. Then inside of this container, I mean our showcase container, let's take another container. So let's drag it from here and put it here. And let's rename it as our left showcase container. It might seem a bit confusing now, but just hang on with me. You'll understand why I'm naming it as our left showcase container very soon. Then from layout, change its content width to full width and set the width value to 66.666%. Then set the direction to row and justify content to space between. Unlink the gaps values and only set the row value to 20 pixels. Set wrap to wrap. Now let's move on to the Advanced tab. And then for padding, let's unlink the values and set the right value to 20 and left value to 10. Now again, inside of this left showcase container, let's click on this plus icon and let's take another container here. And let's rename this as our counter container because we'll be taking counter widgets inside of it. Then from layout, let's change the content width to full width and width value to 48.5%. Then go to the Style tab. And from background type, choose classic. Then set the color code of 141515. So now this container is more highlighted than our entire parent container, I mean our showcase container. Then click on the border dropdown and set all the border radius to 12 pixels. Then go to the Advanced tab and put all the padding values to 40 pixels. Now inside of this counter container, let's take our counter widget. So just go to the widgets from this Rubik's Cube icon and search for counter. Drag this one and put it inside of this container here. Now let's keep the starting number to 0 and just change the ending number to 25. For your website, you can put any kind of numbers here in accordance with the statistics of your website. So I'm just putting this dummy number. Then I'll change the number suffix to plus and change the title to unique art styles. So we're done putting the content of our counter widget. Now let's do some styling. So from Style tab, let's change the number text color to, put a color code of 98B854. And then from typography, change font to outfit, size to 82 pixels, and line height to 1 em. Then from title dropdown, set the text color to 6 Fs, that is FFF5E. Then from typography, change the font to outfit again. Then size to 18 pixels, weight to 600, and line height to 45 pixels. Okay, so now we're done with our first counter container. Now you guys can use the same trick that I just taught you here. So from here, just click on this counters container, this one. So right click over it and click on copy. Then just beside it here, right click over here and click on paste. So now the whole container has been copied and pasted here. Here you can actually also do another thing. So let's just delete this container. And then if you right click over this container over here, then click on duplicate, the same thing will happen. So instead of copying and pasting it, you could just duplicate a section as you like to save your time. Now for this one, let's just change its contents a little bit. So click on this counter widget and let's put some dummy text here. And we're done. Now just so you don't get these two counter containers mixed up, so let's just rename these counter containers as counter container 1 and counter container 2. Okay, now let's minimize these containers. Now let's add another container inside of our left showcase container. So just click over any of these, right click over any of these and click on add new container. And there you go. Now let's rename this our heading container for the Why Us section. Now from layout, change its content width to boxed. Put the minimum height value of 381 pixels. Justify content to center and align items to center as well. Then go to the Style tab and from background type choose Classic. Then give it a custom color code of 16111C. Then choose an image from here. Let's choose this image. Click on select and set the position to bottom right and display size to cover. Then minimize this background drop down and click on background overlay. Choose the gradient background type and set a custom color by clicking on this color picker. Then write 600000009E. So as you can see that now it's giving this gradient overlay. Now click outside. Then set the second color to 6 zeros again, which is 000000A1. Okay, now click outside. Then set the opacity to 1. Then minimize this drop down and click on border. Now set all the border radius to 12 pixels. Now go to the Advanced tab and put all the padding values to 40 pixels. Then inside of this container, let's put a heading widget. So click on this plus icon and drag this heading widget over here. Now let's put a dummy heading here. Set the HTML tag to H3. Then from Style tab, set the alignment to center and text color to white. Then from typography, set the font to outfit and size to 48 pixels. And for line height, change the pixel scale to EM scale and put the value of 1.2. Now go to Advanced tab and from here change the width to custom. Then width scale from percentage scale to pixel scale and value of 500 pixels. So now we are done with this one as well. Now from Navigator, let's minimize this and again right click over this one and click on Add New Container. And let's rename this as our reason container because we'll be explaining the reason why they should choose our service. Alright, now let's set its width to 48.5 pixels. 48.5%. Then let's go to the Style tab and choose the background type to Classic and set a color code of 141515. Then go to Border and set all the border radius to 12 pixels. And we're done with our styling, so now let's move on to Advanced tab and set all the padding values to 40 pixels. Now let's go to Widgets section and drag this heading widget inside of this container here. Now let's put some dummy text in the title field here. Then go to the Style tab and set the text color to white. Then from Typography, set the font to Outfit, size to 41 pixel, weight to 500, and line height to 1.2 em. Okay, now let's go to the Advanced tab, unlink the margin values and set the bottom margin to 20 pixels. Then underneath this heading, we want to put a text editor widget. So go to the Widget section and drag this text editor widget under here. Then again, let's put some dummy text in the text field here. Then go to the Style tab. Also, let's scroll down a bit so that you can see it more clearly. Okay, now change the text color to 6Fs, FFF, 7A. Alright, now from Typography, change the font family again to Outfit, size to 18 pixels, weight to 300, and line height to 1.7 em. Then let's go to the Advanced tab, unlink the margin values and only set the bottom margin to 15 pixels. Oops, not 150, just 15 pixels. Okay, now let's put an interactive button under here. So from Widgets, let's drag this button widget under here. Then let's set the text to Discover, and from Icon, click on this icon library from here and search for Angle. Choose this one, Angle Right. Then from Icon Position, set it to right and put icon spacing to 8 pixels. Then go to the Style tab and from Typography, set the family to Outfit, size to 18 pixels and line height to 1 em. Now let's click outside. Then under this Normal tab, set the text color to 98B854. Then click outside. Then click on this color over here and make it completely transparent by dragging this wheel to the most left position. Now click outside and go to Hover tab and then set the text color to white so that now when we go hover over this button, the color will become white. Then set all the padding values to 0 by unlinking the values from here. Alright, so now we're done with our reason container as well. Now let's minimize it and again just right click over it and click on Add New Container. Then let's simply just rename this container as our image container. Now we're just gonna do a shortcut again. So from this container, the reason container, let's click over here, right click over it and click on copy. Then hover on this container and right click over here. Then simply just click on paste style to paste all the settings of the reason container. So click on paste style and there you go. Now just select this container. Then all you have to do is change the justify content setting to center. Then click on the plus icon here and drag an image widget here. Then click on choose image and let's select this image. Click on select and there you go. So this was the left section of our showcase container. So we have our heading, our counters, the reason why they should choose our service, and then just a cute image to complement the whole container. So now we're finally done with our left showcase container section. So let's minimize it. And now let's work on our right portion of the container. So just right click over here and then click on add new container. And this is going to be the right side of our showcase container. So let's rename this container as right showcase container. Alright, then put its width value to 33.333%. Then unlink the gaps values and set the row value to 20 pixels. Then go to Advanced tab, unlink the padding values and set the left padding to 20 pixels. Now inside of our right showcase container, let's take another container. So just click on this plus icon, then drag this container here. And since it's inside of our right showcase container, let's rename this as Inner One Container. Then from layout settings, we don't really need to change anything. So let's just move on to the Style tab and then go to Border. Make the border type solid and border width to 1 pixels, all of them. Then select border color. Let's set a custom code of C7A939 and then set the border radius to 12 pixels, all of them. Then go to the Advanced tab. Then for padding, let's first put 40 pixel, then unlink the value and only set the bottom value to 0. Now inside of this container, we're gonna put another counter, and you already know what to do. Just go and click on this counter container, then right click over this counter widget, click on copy, then go here, right click over it and click on paste. Now again just put some dummy numbers here, and after that just go to the Style tab and set the text color to C7A939 and we're done. Now inside this Inner One container, let's go to the widgets and drag this image widget under here. Then let's choose an image. Let's select this one. Then from content, click on image resolution and choose custom. Then put the custom width to 800 and height to 1024. Now go to the Advanced tab, unlink the margin values and only set the top value to 40 pixels. Okay, so now we're done with our Inner One container. Now let's just minimize this. Then right click over Inner One container and click on add new container. Now for this container, go to the layout settings and set the justified content settings to center. Then go to the Style tab, choose classic background type and set the color code of 141515. Then go to border and set border radius to 12 pixels, all of them. Now go to the Advanced tab, unlink the padding values and then set the right and left padding to 40 pixels. Now inside this, click on this plus icon and drag this image widget here. Click to choose image and choose this one. Click on select. And there you go. Now we're finally done with the right portion of our showcase container as well. So let's just minimize this and this one as well. Then click on update to save our work up until now. Then for the last section of our YS container, you can drag another container widget under here, or you can just click on this showcase container. Right click over it and then click on add new container. Then let's name this as our slide heading container. Then from layout, set its width, so change the percentage scale to pixel and put the value to 7000 pixels. Then scroll down, click on additional options and set the overflow to hidden. Now go to the Advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then set the top padding to 80 pixels and bottom padding to 20 pixels. Then inside of this container, go to the widgets section and drag this heading widget inside here. Then put a dummy heading, a dummy text here. Then go to the Style tab and change the text color to a custom color code, which is 98B854. Then from Typography, change the font to Outfit, size to 92 pixels, weight to 500, and line height to 101 pixel. There you go. Now go to the Advanced tab. Now to make this simple looking heading a dynamic and sliding moving heading, all you need to do is go back to jimfahaddigital.com. Then from under this slide heading container CSS, just copy this whole CSS code snippet. So from here, drag it down till here, then right click over it, click on copy, go back to our dashboard, and in Elementor, let's scroll down, click on this custom CSS drop down, then right click over here and click on paste. And there you go. Our cool moving and sliding heading is all ready and working perfectly. So now let's update our work. And finally, we're all done with our YS container. So let me close the navigator, minimize the panel, and give you a preview of how it's looking. We can also go to the front end of our website, and if we scroll down, as you can see, everything has been registered perfectly. Now of course the desktop view is already looking perfect, but let's check the responsiveness of this section of our website up until now. So let's go back to Elementor, bring out our panel, then click on responsive mode and go to the tab view. Now as you can see, there are some problems here, so we will need to do some settings because some things are getting cut off, whereas some things are taking too much place. So let's bring out our navigator again, then choose the YS container. Then inside of our YS container, choose the showcase container here, and from layout, set it to wrap. Let's scroll down a bit. Then inside of showcase container, choose the left showcase container, and from its layout, set the width to 100% and set all the gap values to 0. Alright, now let's choose the right showcase container, and again from its layout, set the width to 100%. Then from Advanced tab, unlink the margin values, and then if we scroll down, let's put some margin to the top. So from top, let's set the value to 20 pixels. Then unlink the padding value and set the right and left padding to 10 pixels. Then inside of the right showcase container, choose this inner one container, and from Advanced tab, let's set all its margin to 0 by unlinking the values. By the way, I forgot to rename the second container inner 2 container, so let me do that. Then from inner 1 container, inside of inner 1 container, let's select this image, and from Style tab, let's set the alignment to center and weight to 61%. So now you can completely see the whole picture just the way you want to. Okay, so let's minimize all of this. Alright, so now everything is looking perfect on our tablet view. Now let's move to the mobile view, mobile portrait. Now let's first select our YS container, this one. Let's see if we need to change anything from its layout settings. Okay, so everything is looking great here. So now let's just go to the Advanced tab, unlink the padding value, and set both the top and bottom value to 60 pixels. Then inside of YS container, select this heading container, and from its Advanced tab, unlink the padding value, then set the right and left padding to 20 pixels. Now if you scroll down, the sentences are coming perfectly and they are fitting perfectly in this field. Then inside of the heading container, select the animated headline, and from Style tab, click on Typography, this pencil icon, then set the size to 25 pixels. Then choose this heading. You can either choose it from here or here. And again from Style tab, go to Typography and set the size to 25 pixels. And there you go. Now let's minimize this. Click on the Showcase container. Then from Advanced tab, unlink the padding values and make all the values to 0. Then go inside of the Showcase container and click on Left Showcase container. Then from its Advanced tab, unlink the padding value and set the right and left padding to 20 pixels. Then inside of the left Showcase container, click on the Counter 1 container and let's see if we need to do any layout settings from here. Actually, everything is looking perfect here, so we don't need to do anything. Now minimize this. I'm in this Counter container 1 and click on this heading container, and from layout, let's set the minimum height value to 304 pixel. Then inside of the heading container, click on the heading widget, and from its Style tab, click on Typography and set the size to 32 pixels. Now minimize this heading container. Then click on the Reason container. Let's scroll down, this one. Then make all the padding value to 30 pixels. Then go inside of it and choose this heading. Then from its Style tab, click on Typography and set its size to 26 pixels. Then let's go and minimize this container and click on Right Showcase container. Let's scroll down a bit. Actually, everything is looking perfect here, so we don't need to do anything more here. Now let's click on Update and save our work. Then let's just exit our responsive mode. And finally, we're also done with our YS container, which is our YS section. And it's looking perfect. Alright, now the next section we're going to be creating is going to be about how our services work. So first, let's scroll down. Then take a container by clicking on this plus icon. Then choose Flexbox and then take the column directed structure. Now let's rename our container to How It Works container. Then from Style tab, select the classic background type and give it a custom color code of 020502. Now go to the Advanced tab, unlink the padding values, set the top padding to 40, right to 30, bottom to 100, and left to 30. Now inside of this container, we're going to be putting a heading, and you guys already know how we can give it a heading in a very fast manner. So just scroll up, and then from here, choose this YS heading, hover over this pencil icon, right click over it, and click on Copy. Then scroll down, and here over this plus icon, press right click, then choose Paste. Now simply in the title field, just change the text. Then from Style tab, set the alignment to left. Then from widgets, let's put a text editor under this heading. So just drag it from here and then drop it here. Now let's just change this text. Then to save your time, just go scroll up and then from here hover over this pencil icon, then right click over it and click on Copy. Then scroll down. Let's move the navigator a bit and then hover over this pencil icon and simply just right click over it, then click on Paste Style. Alright, now all the settings have been applied from there to here. So let's move our navigator back again. Now simply just go to the Style tab. First choose this text editor and then go to the Style tab. Here let's set the alignment to left and then from text color choose white from here. Click outside. Now to make this text look even more cool, let's highlight a certain part. So for that, go back to Content and then just choose the part that you want to highlight with a different color. So let me just choose this AI image generation service part. Then click on this toolbar toggle and simply just from here, this text color, click on this drop down arrow and let's select this ash color. Cool. So now the specific part that we wanted to highlight has been highlighted. Now let's go to the Style tab again and from Typography, let's set the line height to 1.4 em. Okay, now finally it's looking perfect. Now under here, let's take another container because we want to state how our services work, right? So we have to put the working methods of our services. So from here, if you just right click over it, or you can just simply go to the widgets and then drag this container under here. Now let's rename this container as our work method container. Then go to the layout settings and just change the direction to row. Now go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding values, then only set the top padding to 40 pixel. Now inside of our work method container, let's take another container from here. And then let's rename it as our work method inside one container, since this is inside of our main work method container, okay? Now from layout, set the content width to full width, then put the width value to 25%. Now go to the style tab, then click on border and select the border type to solid. Then unlink the border width and only set the right width to 1 pixel. Then give it a custom border color code. So here just write A6B2EF26. Now click outside, then go to advanced tab and set all the padding to 30 pixel. Then inside of this container, let's take an image widget. So click on this plus icon and drag this image widget over here. Now let's choose an image. Let's choose this one. Click on select. Then go to the style tab and set the alignment to left. Then change the width scale to pixels and give it a value of 70 pixels. Now from hover tab, set the hover animation to float, this one. Now go to the advanced tab, unlink the margin values and only set the bottom margin to 20 pixel. Then under this picture, let's take a heading widget. So drag this heading under here. Then give it a dummy text from here. Now go to the style tab and set the text color to white from here. Then click outside. And from typography, change the font family to outfit, size to 24 pixel and weight to 500. Then change the line height scale to EM scale and put the value of 1.2. Now go to the advanced tab and unlink the margin values. Then only give it a bottom margin of 15 pixels. So we're done with this heading. Now from widgets, let's take this text editor widget under here. And then give it a dummy text as usual. Then go to the style tab and give it a custom text color. So here write 6 Fs, which is FFF, FFF, and then 99. So 99. There you go. Now from typography, change the font family again to outfit, size to 18 pixels, and line height to 1.2 em. Alright, so now we're done with the first working method container. Now just like before, all you have to do is simply just right click over this work method 1 container, this one, and hover over this container icon, then right click over it and click on duplicate. And it's done. Now let's do this 2 more times. So again, right click over it, click on duplicate, then again right click over it and click on duplicate. Now let's minimize our first working method container and let's rename these ones to 2, 3, and 4. Now for each of these working method inside containers, you can set a different photo, different heading name, and different texts as you like. So I'm just going to change these texts and images and I'll get back to you just in a second. And I'm back after putting the dummy texts and images. And now we can finally say that our How Does It Work section is finally complete. So we've put the heading, then we've written how our services work by especially highlighting a part which we want to talk about the most, and then we have our whole working method process. So now let's save our work by clicking on update. Then let's work on this working method container's responsiveness on the tablet view. So first let's click on responsive mode, then go to the tablet view. Now let's first minimize these containers which we don't need currently. And now first select this How It Works container. Then from its Advanced tab, unlink the padding values. Then set the top padding to 20 pixels, right to 30, bottom to 60 and left to 30. Now click on this heading widget here and set the alignment to center. Then do the same for this text editor. Set the alignment to center. Now click on this work method container. Go to layout settings and set the wrap to wrap. Then choose the working method 1 container and from layout setting, set the width value to 50%. So change the scale to percentage scale and write the value of 50. Then go to Style tab and from border, unlink the border with values. Then set the right value to 1 and bottom to 1 as well. Then simply just right click over here, this container, and click on copy. Then paste the settings of this container to these containers by right clicking over here and then selecting paste style. Then let's do the same for these two. So right click over here, then paste style, and then for the last one. There you go. Now our tablet responsiveness is looking perfect. So let's go to the mobile responsive view. Now again, let's select this How It Works container. Let's see if we need to do any settings from layout. Actually, everything is looking great here. So let's just go to the Advanced tab. Then make all the padding values to 20. Now scroll down and let's select this text editor here. And from its Style tab, go to Typography. Then change the size to 28 pixels. Now select the work method container, this one. Go to Advanced tab. Then unlink the padding values and only set the top padding to 20 pixel. Now choose this working method inside one container. Let's scroll down a bit. Then from its layout, we don't need to change anything here, so go to Style tab. And from border, unlink the values first, then only set the bottom value to 1 pixel. Now just copy this setting from here, then paste the setting on these ones. And we're done. So finally our mobile view looks perfect, and for our tab view this is looking great as well. So let's close the responsive view and let's just save our work. Alright, now since we're done with our How It Works container, so let's just minimize it and then let's create our next section. So our next section is going to hold a video in it, and you can put any video there, whichever you want to show for your website. So let's first add a container from here. Click the plus icon, choose Flexbox, then choose this column directed structure. Now go to its Style tab, then choose the classic background type, this one. Then choose an image from here. Let's select this one. Now set its position to center and display size to cover. Now go to the Advanced tab, unlink the padding values and only set the top and bottom padding to 260 pixels. Now click on this plus icon, then drag this icon widget over here. Now let's choose an icon from here. Search for play. Select this one. Then set its view to stacked. And from link, click on these dynamic tags. Then scroll down and choose this light box from here. Now if you click on this settings icon, then click on this video, you can actually put any video URL here, and whenever anyone visits your website and they click on this icon, this will immediately take them to that video URL and they will be able to see that video. So for now I'm just going to put a dummy video URL here. So I have put a video placeholder link here. So now if we just click over this icon, You see, a video will start playing. And just like this, you can also put any video URL here and your website visitors will be able to play that video. So let's cross this video. Now again select our icon because we still have some settings left to do. Actually, let's cross the video from here and select the icon from here. Now go to its style tab. Let's give it a custom primary color, so choose this. Then here write 6 Fs, that is FFF, FFF, then a D. Now click outside, then choose secondary color, and here write 98B854. Then go outside and give it a size of 20 pixel and a padding of 40 pixel. Now go to the Advanced tab, unlink margin and only set the bottom margin to -6. Then align self to center. Now to add a cool animation over this button, we're going to add some code snippets. So just scroll down and in this custom CSS field, we're going to put the code. I mean the CSS code. So now let's go to jimfaddigital.com and here you'll find this video button icon CSS. So select it from here till here. Then right click over it and click on copy. Now go back to Elementor. Then in this field, right click and then click on paste. And there you go. The cool animation has been added. Also, let's name this container our video container. Alright, so now we're done with our video container. Now you can just save our work. And we'll just need to do a little responsive setting. So from here, select responsive mode. Then go to the tablet portrait. And from this video container, go to Advanced tab, unlink the padding values. And only to top and bottom padding, give it a value of 100 pixels. Let's see. Okay, now it's perfectly responsive in our tablet view. Everything else is looking great, so let's just go to the mobile view. Let's see if we need to change anything from the layout. Actually, everything is looking great. So now we're finally done with our video container. So let's close this responsive mode. Save our work. And then minimize this video container. Now up next, we're going to be creating a section where we will state our pricings and plans for our services. So first, let's take a container, choose Flexbox, select this structure. Now from width, give it a value of 1140 pixels. And then set wrap to wrap. Now go to the Style tab, choose the classic background type. Then let's select the image. Let's select this black image here. Then set position to center. Repeat to no repeat. And display size to cover. Then minimize this background drop down and select background overlay. Here select the gradient background type and from color give it a custom color code of 6 Fs, so FFF, FFF, then 00. Now click outside. Then for the second color, select this black color. Now click outside again and set the opacity to 1. Now go to the Advanced tab. Unlink the padding values, then set the top and bottom padding to 100 and right and left padding to 20 pixel. Also, don't forget to rename this container. So since this is our price and planning container, so I'll be just writing that in short. Now click on this plus icon and add another container. Then go to its Advanced tab, unlink the margin values and only give it a bottom value of 40 pixel. Also, let's rename this container our heading container. Now you guys probably already know what I'm going to do, so inside here I'm going to add a heading, and for that we can just go to this YS container and let's select and copy this heading from here. Then go down, right click over here and click on paste. Then simply just put the title here. Now under here let's put another heading, and for that go to this YS container, Now scroll down and let's select this heading. So just simply right click over here, then copy. Now minimize this, go down, and just under here right click, then click on paste. Now change the text from here, and from style tab we don't really need to change anything here, but from this heading's parent container, which is this heading container, let's select this one, and from layout set the line items to center. There you go. Now up next we are going to be creating the plans and pricing for starters. So under here let's add a container. From here drag this container under here. Now let's rename this container our starter container. Then change the content width to full width and width to 33.33%. Now from Advanced tab, unlink the padding value, then set right padding to 20 and left to 20 as well. Now inside this, click on this plus icon and let's add another container. Then from its Style tab, select the classic background type and give it a custom color code of 141515. Now go to border and set all the border radius to 12 pixels. Then go to Advanced tab and set all the padding values to 40 pixels. Now from widgets, drag this heading inside here. Then in the title field, let's write starter and set the HTML tag to H3. Now go to the Style tab, set the alignment to center and text color to, let's write 6 Fs, so that is FFF, FFF, then 7A. Now click outside and from typography, change the font to outfit, size to 18 pixels and line height to 1.7 em. Then go to Advanced tab, unlink the margin and only set the bottom margin to 10. Now under this one, let's take another heading widget. So let's drag it under here. Then in the title field, let's write free. Now go to Style tab, set alignment to center, then give it a custom color of 98B854. Then go to typography, set the font family to outfit, size to 62 pixels, weight to 500 and line height to 1.2 em. Now to finally make it look more fancy, go to Advanced tab and you already know what we're going to do. Let's open this custom CSS, then go back to jimfahaddigital.com, and now if we scroll down you'll find this pricing table title CSS. So we're going to be selecting this from here until here, and just like before, right click over it, click on copy. Now go back to Elementor and in this custom CSS field, right click and then click on paste. So now our heading has this gradient effect over it, which is looking stunning. Now we're done with this, so go to widgets, then drag this divider under here. Then go to its Style tab, choose the color picker, and here write B4B4B426. So now we're done with our divider as well. Now under our divider, we're going to put an icon list. So from widgets, search for icon list here. This one, let's drag it under here. Now first, let's close these ones first, because we're going to be only working with this one, then we're going to copy it. So first let's close this too. Then inside of this one, we're going to put a dummy text. Then leave the icon as it is. Now from Style tab, inside of list, set the space between to 10 pixel. then go to icon, and from normal tab, set its color from here and give it a custom code of 98B854. Then click outside and give it a size value of 21 pixel. Now finally go to text, and from typography, change the font to outfit, size to 17 pixels, weight to 300, and line height to 26 pixels. Then click outside, and from color, let's select white color. Okay, so we're done with the styling. Now let's go to the advanced tab. Here unlink the padding values first, then set top to 10 and bottom to 20. Now since we're done with these settings, so we can again go to the content and simply just copy this one from here. Now copy these 3 more times. Then you can put dummy texts from here and state what people will get in this starter package. So I'll be back after putting some dummy texts in these fields. Okay, so I'm back after putting the dummy texts. Now our starter package container is looking almost complete, except for one last thing, and that is an interactive button. So let's go to widgets and drag this button widget under here. Now from text, let's make it say use for free. Then from style tab, align it to center. Now go to typography, set the font to outfit, size to 18 pixels, weight to 400, then click outside, and here under normal tab, set its custom text color, which is 141518. Now go back. Then under background type, set its custom color to 98B854. Then click outside and set all the border radius to 4 pixel. Then unlink the padding and set top to 18, right to 36, again bottom to 18 and left to 36. Now go under hover, and here let's just set the hover animation to float, this one. Then let's go to the advanced tab, unlink the margin, then only set the top margin to 20 pixels. Okay, so finally our starter package is looking great and it's good to go. But actually I made a little mistake here, which I just noticed, and that is we don't really need our starter container inside of our heading container, right? Because this starter container will go after the heading container. So we want this starter container outside of our heading container, but inside of our PNP container or our plans and pricing container. So let's just minimize this starter container, then drag it outside and place it here. Now it has gone over the plans and pricing heading, but we want it under here. So let's minimize this heading container and drag it down here. Okay, now since we're done with our starter package, you would want some other packages as well for your website, right? So for that, just simply right click over here, and you can click on duplicate, or you can do the same by hovering over this container and clicking on duplicate. Now let's do that again. And there you go. Now for these two containers, you can put whatever other packages you have to offer. So I'm just going to put some dummy text for these two headings, and I'll be back just in a moment. Now as you can see, I've just changed the other two headings for these other two containers and also renamed them accordingly. And then for our icon list, I haven't really changed anything, but you can change it according to your package or your service. So now that we are done with our plans and pricing container, you already know what we're going to do. We're going to check its responsiveness. So here, click on responsive, then go to tab view. As you can see, there is a lot of things we need to change here, but don't worry, it may look very complex, but once you start it, it'll be finished before you even know it. So first, let's select this PNP container. Then from its layout, set its width to 562 pixels. Then go to its advanced tab, unlink the padding, then set top to 80, right to 20, bottom to 60, and left to 20. Now go and select this starter container. Then from its layout, change the width scale to percentage scale and give its width value to 100%. Then go to its Advanced tab, unlink the margin, and only set the bottom margin to 40 pixel. Now simply just right click over this container, click on copy, then paste the style, the setting, to these two containers. So here, right click, paste style, then scroll down, and here right click, paste style. And we're all done. Now wasn't that easy? So never be afraid when it comes to responsive, because it may look like you have to do a lot of settings, but in reality you can just tweak some settings and it will look just as perfect. Now let's go to the mobile responsiveness, then choose this PNP container, and inside it let's choose this heading container. Actually everything is looking great here, so go inside this heading container. Then inside this heading container, choose the second heading, this your AI image generation option heading. And from its style tab, go to typography, then change its size to 28 pixel. Now minimize this and go to starter container, then go to its Advanced tab and unlink the margin and only set the bottom margin to 30. And as for padding, unlink the values and keep them all to 0. Then right click over it and click on copy. Now you can go scroll down here. Now as you can see that the letters are cut off, so you can paste the style from here, but it takes more time for me to just scroll down and paste the style from each of the containers here, so I'm just going to paste the style from here. So right click over this Pro container and click on paste style, and as you can see the custom one's writing is cut off as well, so you can just right click over here and click on paste style, and there you go. Now we can't see any more problem with our mobile responsiveness, so finally this container is looking perfect. Now all that's left to be done is clicking on update. So our work so far has been saved. Let's just close this responsive mode, and this was our plans and pricing section. Now let's create our next section, which is going to be the gallery. So first let's minimize this container. Now scroll down and take a new container. Choose this one, then this column directed structure. Now from its content width, make it full width. Then go to Style tab and choose the classic background type. Now choose the color picker and take this black color. Also let's upload a black image. So from here select this one. Then from position, make it custom. Change the exposition scale to percentage scale and give it a value of 110. Then for Y position, make it percent and give the value of 62%. Then set repeat to no repeat and display size to custom. Now scroll down and set the width to 67%. Now go to Advanced tab, unlink the padding, give it a top padding of 60 pixel, right to 10 and left to 10. Then click on this plus icon. Now from here search for gallery widget. Now drag this one under here. Also don't forget to name your container, rename your container to gallery container. Now let's do our gallery setting. So from content, let's select our images that we want to show in our gallery. And to save time, let's select all of them together. And for that, hold the Control button on your keyboard and let's select the photos that we want to show. So let's select this one, this one, this one, this, and this. Now let's click on Create New Gallery, then Insert Gallery. Now here from Layout, choose Masonry. Let's scroll down. As you can see that now its layout is Masonry. Then from Columns, let's write 3. Then set the spacing to 20. And if we scroll down, let's make the image resolution to full. Wow, it's looking majestic. Now let us go to the Style tab. Then from under hover animation, let's make it to zoom in. Let's see if we need to change anything on hover. Okay, everything seems to be alright. Now let's close our navigator and take a look. So this is our gallery, and I think anyone would be mesmerized after seeing our gallery for first time. So let's do the responsive setting as well. Click on here, then go to the tab view, and under here let's bring out our navigator. Then choose the gallery container, and from its advanced settings, unlink the padding, then set the right and left padding to 20. Now select the gallery widget, then from its content setting, set the spacing to 20. Okay, so we're done with the tablet view. Now let's go to the mobile view, and here just select this gallery widget, then make the spacing 20 here as well. Now let's have a look. Okay, this is looking great. Now let's close our responsive mode. So we're done with the gallery. Now let's create our next section, which is going to be our reviews section. So let's minimize this one as well. And let's open a new container. Select this structure, set the content width to full width, then go to Advanced tab, unlink the padding, then set top padding to 80, right to 30, bottom to 40, and left to 30 again. Also from its Style tab, select the background type and choose the color of black. Now click outside, then click on this plus icon, and let's add another container here. Now for the first container that we took, let's name it our reviews container. Now for the second one, let's name it our heading container. Then from its Style tab, choose the classic background type and give it a black color. So this one. Now go to the Advanced tab, unlink the padding, and give the top and bottom padding of 40 pixel. Now inside this heading container, let's click on this plus icon, or you could just go to the How It Works container and then this heading. So just copy it from here. Let's move the navigator and right click over here, then click on copy. Now scroll down and select this heading container, then paste the heading here. Now let's change the title to reviews. Then also from How It Works container, let's copy this text editor and then paste it under the reviews heading here. Now let's put our dummy text here. Now just like before, let's highlight a certain part. So let's select this part, and then from here let's click on text color, and from here let's choose this color. Now let's create a testimonial portion under this review section. So first let's minimize this heading container, drag the navigator to the right, then right click over this heading container and click to add a new container. Now let's rename this as our testimonial container. Then let's scroll down and let's go to its Advanced tab, then set all the padding to 0. Now inside this testimonial container, we're gonna bring a testimonial carousel. So for that, here search testimonial. Now drag this one over here. Then from content, let's delete these ones. Now let's click on this item 1. And here first let me put some dummy text here. Then let's put an image here. So choose image. Then let's select this one. Now here let's just delete this title from here and put both the name and title in this field. So let's delete this one. And then I've put a name and a designation here. Now scroll down and then make the layout to image above. Then alignment to left, slides per view to 3, and slides to scroll to 2, or maybe let's keep it to 1. Yeah. Then scroll down and from here set the width value to 100%. Now go to additional options. Let's hide the arrows and we're done. So now let's go to the Style tab, Then inside of slides, set the space between to 30. Then give it a custom background color of 172026. Then click outside and set the border radius to 12 pixels. Then for padding, put all the values to 35 pixels first. Then unlink the values and only set the bottom value to 25 pixel. Now go to the content drop-down and make the text color white. Then go to typography, change font family to outfit, size to 20 pixel, weight to 300, style to normal, then line height to 30 pixel. Now go out. Now for the name, set the text color to 808080, then go to typography, change font to outfit, style to normal, then head out. Let's go to content again. Now after name is done, let's go to title. Here set the text color to 141518, then head out. Now go to typography, change font to outfit again, and scroll down and make the style to normal. Then go out and go to image. Here set the size to 60 pixel, then go to navigation, and everything is already looking fine here. So from here, just go to content. Then we've already created this one, right? So now from here, just copy it, duplicate it by clicking here. Do this one more time and again, and we're done. Now I'll be back after putting dummy texts and dummy images here, just after a second. Okay, so I'm done putting the dummy text and we're all done with the testimonial section as well. Now let's check its responsiveness from here. Now let's go to the tab view. Then here, let's first choose the reviews container, this one. Now go to its advanced tab, unlink the padding, then make the top padding to 60 pixels, right to 30, bottom to 40, and left to 30. Then let's scroll down and let's select our testimonial container, this one. Everything is actually looking great here, so let's select our testimonial carousel. Now here, make the width to 591 pixel. Okay, so everything else is looking great. Now let's go to the mobile view. Here, choose the reviews container again. Then go to the advanced tab, unlink the padding, then make top 60 pixel, right 20, bottom 40, and left 20. Now scroll down and choose this testimonial carousel. Here, as you can see that it's crossing our mobile responsive body. So for this one, we need to do some settings. So from here, just change the width to percent scale and give the value to 100%. And we're all done with the reviews section as well. And our responsive modes are also looking pretty great. So now let's just close our responsive mode. Now let's minimize our reviews container. And now finally create our last section. So from here, just take a new container, choose Flexbox, then choose this column structure. Then from its layout, change the content width to full width. Now go to Style tab, choose the classic background type, and let's choose a black image. So let's choose this one. Now set the position to top center and display size to cover. Then scroll down and go to background overlay. Then choose this classic background type. And again, let's choose an image. And just like our parent banner container, we will be giving it a crystal overlay. So let's select this picture. Then change the position to top center, repeat to repeat, and display size to custom. Then set the width to 55% and opacity to 0.3. Now go to Advanced tab, unlink the padding, then set the top padding to 120, right to 30, bottom to 120, and again left to 30. So now our final container is ready. Now here inside of this one, we're gonna take another container. So let's drag this one here. Also, let's rename this container as our ending container, and this container as the heading container. Now from layout, give it a width of 833 pixels. Then go to Advanced tab, unlink the margin values, and only set the top margin to 40 pixel. Now here, to again save our time and effort, let's just minimize these containers. Then open our parent banner container, then this heading container, and from here, let's copy this heading. Then go to our ending container inside of heading container, and let's paste the heading here. Now let's just put our dummy text here. Then again go to the parent banner container, and let's copy this text editor from here. Now go down, and under this heading here, let's put the text editor. So click on paste, and here let's again put some dummy text. Alright, then finally just go here and copy this button and then paste it under this text editor. By the way, I made a little mistake again. Did you guys catch it? Now as you can see that our overlay behind, like this crystal effect, is too much visible, which is not looking that great. So can you point out where I messed up? Yep, it was the opacity of this crystal overlay. So to correct that, just go to the ending container, and from its style tab, go to background overlay. Then here, if you scroll down, you see I gave the opacity to 0.3, which is supposed to be 0.03. So let's correct it. Now you see how much difference a single zero made? Okay, so now finally we're done with our ending container, but let's check its responsiveness. So let's go to the responsive mode, then go to the tab view. Now here, as you can see that our writings are already looking good. That is because we just copied and pasted these widgets from our parent banner container, and we already did the responsive setting for our parent banner container, right? That's why we don't need to do the responsive settings for these widgets. But one thing we didn't copy from our parent banner container is the ending container itself. So let's click on it, then go to its Advanced tab, unlink the padding value, set the top padding to 60, right to 30, bottom to 60, and left to 30. Then select the heading container, and from its layout, give it a width of 600 pixels. And we're done with the tablet view. Now let's move on to the mobile view. Now here again, let's select the ending container and scroll down a bit. Now from its Advanced tab, unlink the padding, then make the top padding to 40 pixels, right to 20, bottom to 60, and left to 20. And we're all done with the mobile view as well. So now let's exit our responsive mode. Then finally click on Update to save all our work until now. Let's minimize this container, this one as well. Now as you can see, finally our whole container is complete. And the entire canvas, our web page looks perfect. Now here I want to explain some things. As you can see that currently we don't have any header, or if we go down, if we scroll down, you can see that we don't have any footer as well. Now since this is a landing page, so we don't usually need any header or footer because it is supposed to be a complete page on its own. But if you guys want to use this landing page as one of your page in your whole website, then for that I got you covered as well. So just for your sake, I'm going to be creating a custom header and footer as well, so that you don't feel like I left you midway. Now since we're done here, let's first create our menu, then we can create our header, right? So from this hamburger icon, let's click on Exit. Then click on this WordPress icon. This was the home page that we've been working along all this time. Now to create a menu, just go to Appearance, Then click on Menus. Now, as I said earlier that we have created a landing page which is complete on its own. So in this tutorial, I won't be creating any other pages, but just to show you how you can add other pages to your menu along with the landing page that we created, I'm just going to show you a shortcut. So first of all, give your menu name. Let's just write main menu. Then select the display location to header because we want our main menu to be only shown in our header, right? So let's create the menu. Now inside of this, you can select this home page that we created. Now since we haven't created any other pages, you can just put some custom links to other pages that you want to show in your menu. So for that, just go to the custom links. Now here in the URL field, just give it a link of the page where you want your visitors to get redirected when they select an option from your main menu. For now, I'm just gonna give a placeholder here, so I'll just type hash. Then in the link text field, you can put your page name. For instance, let's say you have an about page in your website. So let's write about. Then simply just click on to add to menu. And there it is. Now just like this, let's create some other custom links to show in your menu. Then after creating all the other custom links to the other pages of your website, you can rearrange them in any manner you like. Also, don't forget to add the page that we just created. So from here, just click on add to menu. And there it is. Now I want our home page to be on the top. So I'm putting it here. Now just click on save menu. Now as you can see, our main menu has been updated. So now let's go back to our pages, to all pages. And let's enter our home page. So click on edit with Elementor. So now to show our menu in our home page or our landing page, we need to have a header, right? So for that, just like always, you need to take a container. Now since our header is going to be at the top, so just click on this plus icon from here and let's create a container over here. So click on this plus icon, choose the flexbox layout, then choose the row directed structure, this one. Now from its layout, change the width to 1570 pixel and minimum height to 96 pixels. Then align items to center. Now go to Style tab. Then go to Background Overlay. Choose the classic background type. Then select a black color like this. Then head out and set the opacity to 0. Now go to the Advanced tab. Then unlink the margin values and only give the bottom margin value to -96 pixels. Then unlink the padding and just give the right and left padding to 30 pixels. Also set the z-index value to 999 so that you can always see this header over everything else. Then also let's not forget to name our container our header container. Now inside our header, we're going to put a site logo over here. And I have a pre-made site logo, but if you guys want to create your own customized logos, then I have another way for you. To create your own logo, just go to this free logo maker website named logomaker.com. Then just click on Start My Design from here. Choose the blank canvas. And here, this will be your logo making canvas. So here you can make any kind of logo that you want. So here, the first step to create a logo, you just need to click on this text widget and you can type here whatever you want to be your website's logo name. So I'm just going to write Virtu. Then from here you can choose various kinds of fonts as you like. I'm just gonna choose this railway bold one. Then from here you can play with its color. You can make it a deep color or light color, whichever one you want. Now since my landing page is dark, so I'm going to choose a light color for our logo so that it would be highlighted and more visible. So let me choose this bright blue color. So just in this way, you can use all these widgets and options to make a fancy logo totally for free with the help of logomaker.com. Now after you're done creating your logo, you can just click on this save option from here. And down here it says download low resolution PNG file, and since this is a free logo maker website, So we're just going to download a low resolution PNG file from here. Now let's click on it. Then just put your email address in here. I'm going to put mine. Then after accepting the terms, if you click on send file, then as you can see that your created logo will be sent to your email. And just like this, you can create any kind of logo for your website super easily and also for free. Now if we check our email, you can see that our free logo has been sent to us. Then from here on, you can just click on this download free file. And there you go, your logo is all yours to use. Now you might be wondering how you can put your logo on your website. For that, you need to hang on with me just a little bit longer. Because as you guys already know that in our homepage, we don't really have a header yet. So we have to first create our header, then we can put the logo here. So now since we're done with creating our free logo, you can close these these tabs. And now let's create our header super fast. So previously we had already created our header container, right? Now all we need to do is just create a menu portion and then create a logo portion. So first let's create our site logo portion. So inside of this header container, let's add another container. So just click on this plus icon, then drag this container over here. Now let's rename this container as our site logo container. Then from its layout settings, let's change the content width to full width. Give it a width value of pixel scale, then write 170 pixel and set the direction to column. Now here comes the logo putting part. So from here, just click on this plus icon, then drag this image widget inside here. And from here, if you click on choose image, you can access the logo that you made previously. Now since I already have a custom made logo here, I'm just going to select this one, but you can always just select any other logo that you have created and insert it from here. So now let me just select this, then click on select. Now as you can see, our logo is up and running. Now from its style tab, set the alignment to left and change the weight to pixel scale. Then put the value of 130. And we're done with our logo section. Now all that's left for us to create is the menu section in our header. So let's minimize this one, then right click over it and click on add new container. Now let's rename our container to menu container. Then from its width, we're going to put a custom value. And this is not just a simple custom value. We will be giving it a constant custom value, due to which, no matter how big or small the view of our website gets, this menu will always occupy the same amount in accordance with this logo section. For example, if we drag this panel, you see our website is getting bigger, and if we drag it here, it will get smaller. So now we're going to give this a custom value of such kind that it will always remain the same in comparison with this one. So from width, go here, click over this percentage scale and select this one, this pencil icon, to give it a custom value. Here, let's click over it. Now first write calc in all lowercase, then put a bracket. Now write 100%, then give it a space, then put minus and put another space. Now write 170 pixel, which was the width of our logo container. Now finally, just here, let's give it a bracket and we're done. Now no matter how much you drag this website, you see, it always remains the same in comparison with this one. So let's bring our control panel to the original size. Now make its direction to row, justify content to end, and align items to center. Then click on this plus icon and search for menu. Now drag this WordPress menu widget over here. Then from its content tab, make the menu to main menu, which is already given. And that is why we can see all the custom link pages that we created earlier. Now let's set the pointer to none, make it full width. Now go to Style tab, then from main menu go to Typography and set the family to Outfit, then size to 16 pixels. Now go outside and set the normal text color to white. Then go to hover and give it a custom color code of 6379EB. Then go to active and also give it a custom color code. Again write 6379EB. Then go outside and set horizontal padding to 18 pixels, vertical padding to 12 pixels. Then go to drop down and from under normal tab, give it a custom text color which is 0F1336. Now go here and click on background color, then select white. Then go to typography, set family to outfit, size to 14 pixels, weight to 600, and we're done here. Now let's go to hover, then give it a custom text color which is 4052AE. Then go to background color and choose the color picker. Then make it totally transparent by dragging this wheel to the utmost left. Now go outside, and we already have done the typography setting, so we don't need to do anything here. Then go to active and again give it a custom text color which is 4052AE. Now go outside. Then set all the border radius values to 3 pixels and set the horizontal padding to 18 pixels, then vertical padding to 14 pixels, then distance to 25 pixels. Now go to toggle button and set the normal color to white. So now we're all done with the menu. Let's just add another button here and make it interactive. So go to widgets, then drag this button widget beside here. Oops, it went outside. We need to take it inside of our menu container. There it is. Now for its text, let's write call us now. Then go to the style tab, set the alignment to center, go to typography, change the font to outfit, size to 18 pixels, weight to 400, then go outside and from under normal tab, change the text color to white, then change the background type color from here and give it a custom code of 6379EB. Now go to hover, then set the hover animation to float from under here, this one. Then make all the border radius to 4 pixels, unlink the padding, then make top and bottom padding to 18 pixels and right and left padding to 36 pixels. Now let's go to the advanced tab and make its width to custom, then change the percent scale to pixel and write 220 pixels. Now scroll down and go to responsive, turn on hide on mobile portrait, so this one. And we're done with our custom made header. Now let's check its responsive mode. Go to the tab version, then here let's select the header container and from layout set its minimum height to 74 pixels. Now inside of header container, let's go to the menu container and select the WordPress menu widget. Then from style tab, go to drop down and from under normal, go to typography, then change the size to 18 pixels. Go outside, unlink the border radius and only set the bottom and left border radius to 4. Then scroll down and make the distance 20 pixels. And we're done with the tablet responsiveness. Now let's go to the mobile view and here select the header container again. Then set the minimum height to 54 pixel. Go to advanced tab, unlink the padding values and set the right padding to 20 and left padding to 20 as well. Now select the site logo container. Then from its layout, change the width scale to % and write 70%. Then inside of this, let's choose this image widget, which holds our logo. And from Style tab, set its width to 100 pixel. Now select menu container, then change the width scale to percentage and write 30%. Then choose the WordPress menu, go to its drop down from Style tab and set the distance to 10 pixel. Okay, so finally we're done with our header as well. Now you guys may be wondering that why are we seeing this blank white space here, right? Well, that is because we had this button in the desktop and tablet view, but currently we have hidden this in the mobile responsive view. And when you hover over it, it actually gets this space for flotation. That is why this space is given. But no need to worry. If we go to the actual mobile view, so just hide this panel, you see there's nothing wrong with it. We are only seeing this white space there as the admins. By the way, another thing that we need to work on is that when we created our parent banner container, we didn't have our header, right? So the space that this container had, the top padding that this container had, was more than enough. But right now, due to the header that we have added, you can see that there is not much space between header and our parent banner, especially our heading. So for that reason, in the mobile responsiveness, just go to the parent banner container, then go to its advanced tab and change the top padding from 40 to 120. There you go. Now we're all done. So let's check our mobile portrait view and everything is looking perfect. We have our counters, our YS section, then we have these cute pictures and another counter. Now here we have our slide heading, right? So if we go inside and let's go inside the YS container, then select the slide heading. So we don't want it in our mobile view. For that, just select this slide heading and just go to responsive and then hide on mobile portrait. And we're done. Now let's scroll down again. And after the slide heading, everything else is looking great. We have our how does it work section, the working methods, the video container, then plans and pricing section. And if we scroll down, we have our gallery, then reviews section, our testimonials, and finally the ending. But are we forgetting something? Yes, we actually need a footer here. So now under here, let's just create a simple and fast footer. So let's update our work and then close the responsive view. Now underneath everything else, go here, then under here, get a new container, choose Flexbox and select this structure. Let's rename this as our footer container. Then from layout, set the minimum height to 51 pixels and justify content to center. Now go to Style tab, select the classic background type from here. Now give it a custom color code of 0B0E16. Then go out. Now go to Advanced tab, unlink the padding, then set the top and bottom padding to 16 pixels. Then right and left padding to 20 pixels. Now inside here, let's click on this plus icon and drag this heading inside of here. Now from under Content tab, select these dynamic tags here, then choose current date time and set the HTML tag to H4. Then we're gonna do some interesting stuffs here. So from here, click on this settings icon and set the date format to custom and custom format to Y, which is year. Now go to advanced. Then for before, just write copyright. And in the after field, you can write anything you want because at the end of the day, this is your website and you have the copyright to your website, right? So in the after field, I'm just going to write my name and then all rights reserved. Now let's go to the Style tab, then set the alignment to center, change the text color to white, go to typography, set family to outfit, size to 13 pixels, and weight to 400. And there you go, our footer is complete as well. So just like this, you can create your own header, footer, and be the master of your own website. So now let's update our work. Now since we're done with creating everything inside of our website, our landing page, all there is left to create for us to make our website look totally legit and professional is a fav icon. Now if you don't know what a fav icon is, Favicon is the image which is shown beside your site title from the browser tab like this one. Now currently, as you can see that our website has no favicon. This globe looking icon is coming by default. But here in jimfadigital.com, you can see that jimfadigital.com also has a favicon of their own. And just like this, every professional and official website usually has a favicon of their own. So now we also want a favicon for our website, right? Since every professional website uses a favicon. So for that, all you have to do is go to Elementor. And from here, let's just go to our WordPress dashboard. So click on this hamburger icon and click on exit. Then click on the WordPress icon here. Then from our WordPress dashboard, go to appearance and then select customize. And here, if you go and click on site identity, you see this select site icon option. If you click on this, then from here you can choose any image as your favicon. Now since I already have a pre-made favicon, I'm just going to use that one, but you can also customize your own favicon from the same logomaker.com and then upload it here, and then if you select it, you can put any other favicon as well. So let me just go and upload my favicon from upload files real quick. So here it is. I'm just going to select it, then click on select. And since it's pre-made, it's already finely cropped. So let's just click on crop image, and there you go. You see, up until now we had this default globe looking favicon for our website, but currently we have a custom favicon for our website only. So now let's just click on publish. Now if we go to the front end of our website and then refresh our page, you see there it is, our favicon. Now if we go back to our dashboard and then visit our site, the front end of our site, you see there it is, our favicon. So finally we're all done with our landing page, and as you can see, everything is just looking perfect, stunning, and everything else that the words can describe. So we have firstly our parent banner, and then we have this beautiful picture gallery, image carousel, and then we have our logo section, our Why Us section, and if we scroll down, then we also have our sliding heading and how our services work, then have our working methods, then we have our clickable video button. Now let's close this, and if we scroll down, we have our interactive plans and pricings, so you can get any service by using these buttons. And if we scroll down, we also have our gallery carousel and how beautiful it looks. Then if we scroll down, we have our review section with the testimonials, and finally the ending of our website. We also have our custom made footer, and if we scroll up, we have our menu, this interactive button, this custom made logo, this interactive menu, and everything in between. Alright, so we've completed our amazing chatbot landing page design. Now just go ahead and make your own professional landing page. I wish you all the best, and I have just one request. Please comment down below about the learning experience from this video. Also, please share this video on social medias. It would mean the world to me. I'll see you in the next video, but for now, bye bye.